I know we can find a way to where you at today. Some tears, some water, some rain, they all hit the floor. For me, the fool that I am, when my hotline was on, she said, stand up, be a man. For all your tribulations and things. For me, the fool that I am. My possessions in a bag. It's a sad climate. But I know we can find a way. It's a sad climate. Where you at today? It's a sad climate. But I know we can find a way. It's a sad climate. Where you at today? Gonna get bit on. It's a sad climate. But I know we can find a way. It's a sad climate. Where you at today? Hang on as long as you can. Your time comes today. Don't cry, not if you're a man. The pain fades away. Lost bruise, you're up for the night. Some hurt wrecks your life. And the paper cut might make you cry. Don't let it blow your mind. It's a sad climate. But I know we can find a way. It's a sad climate. Where you at today? Some tears, some water, some rain, they all hit the floor. For me, the fool that I am, when my hotline was on, she said, stand up, be a man. For all your tribulations and things. For me, the fool that I am.
Sometimes you need to get knocked down before you can really figure out what your fight is and how you need to fight it. Sometimes you need to feel the pain and sting of defeat to activate the real passion and purpose that God predestined inside of you. God says in Jeremiah, I know the plans I have for you. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future. Hear me well on this day. This day when you have reached the hilltop and you are deciding on next jobs, next steps, careers, further education. You would rather find purpose than a job or a career. Purpose crosses disciplines. Purpose is an essential element of you. It is the reason you are on the planet at this particular time in history. Your very existence is wrapped up in the things you are here to fulfill. Whatever you choose for a career path, remember the struggles along the way are only meant to shape you for your purpose. When God has something for you, it doesn't matter who stands against it. If it's meant for you, God will move someone that's holding you back away from a door and put someone there who will open it for you. I don't know what your future is, but if you're willing to take the harder way, the more complicated one, the one with more failures at first than successes, the one that has ultimately proven to have more meaning, more victory, more glory, then you will not regret it. Press on with pride and press on with purpose and appreciate what God has brought you through.
BetOnline is the fastest and easiest way to wager on all your favorite sports contests and events with first-to-market odds and lines. What's up, y'all? It's your man, Lloyd Spence. And listen, all you got to do is find your reviews and news for every league, including Major League Baseball, NFL, NBA, NHL, combat sports, esports, and even golf, all at betonline.ag. BetOnline continues to be the top online resource for all your sports information, from live in-game betting, props, and futures. So, head to BetOnline today and use your mobile device to join today and make your first sports bet. Use our promo code BELIEVE50, that's BELIEVE50, BLEAV50, to receive your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. It's BetOnline, it's where the game starts. Tell them the Noisemakers sent you.
Popcorn World. Popcorn World. Yeah. Now, yes, I can. So you can get this groove in the back of a can. You can make it round the world with the holes in your hand. Popcorn World. 250 flavors gonna make you smile. 250 flavors gonna make you smile. 250 flavors gonna make you smile. I said popcorn make you smile. Ah. 250 flavors. Popcorn World. Popcorn World. Popcorn World. It's a popcorn world. The popcorn world. Breaking down the rumors, I'm smelling out. Speaking for the people who must go around. Taking truth to power, the whisper and the shout. We're talking noise. Oh yeah, talking noise. Hey yeah, say it again, say we're talking noise. Talking noise. Really don't have to fool around. Never noise keeps us lined up. No truth divine. The sign that you is a sign of success. We're talking noise. Oh yeah, talking noise. Yeah, picking up all the same. We're talking noise. Yeah. Talking noise. Say it again. We're talking noise. Welcome to Talkin Noise, the daily podcast that brings you up to speed and keeps you informed about real issues affecting real people. With your host, Mr. Talkin Noise himself, Lloyd Spence. His beautiful wife, Mrs. Noise, Kenyatta Spence. The ever-informed Brother Noise, Alan Brown. And yours cordially, Uncle Noise, Shake Anderson. Come on in and join us as we reveal and opine today's most pressing issues. Real truth while having real fun. Talkin Noise is in your house right now. We're talking noise. So sit back and enjoy Talkin Noise. Talking noise. We're talking noise. Talking noise. Talking noise.
2, 1, ready, come on. hustle, not getting hustle.
But back
Keep
on
your
fire
head
too.
up the water.
Gotta
Make
love
it
it
away
same.
when you can.
Put that you live.
Good times, good times,
Ladies, call somebody.
good times. Ain't we lucky we got 'em?
Better not bring your
Good
tears. Yo, good people of Noise Media and beyond. We are back for part 2 of Talk That Tuesday, but now it's Thursday. And so we're going to get right into it. Well, not right into it. You know, we have to banter first. Once again, White Organist had called in for a double. He's putting in some overtime, make up for money lost. So, White Guitars, if you don't mind, please. Hello. So good to see you here on the Talkin NOIZ program. I'm one of your hosts, Mr. Noise. We're so glad to be with you this evening, and we're just blessed by your presence. This time, we just ask that you have your church fans and your Bibles and your tithing envelopes, and grab your lattes or your hot teas, whatever you feel like comfortable. If you need to take your shoes off here in the sanctuary, do so. Take your shoes off and just get comfortable, because we're about to talk some noise as only we can. We thank you so much for being with us today. And now please enjoy the musical stylings of White Organist. I said White Organist. It's really White Guitars. But yeah, we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Glad to be here with you and you and you and you and all of y'all. I'm somewhat flying solo, but not really. Mama Noise is here. She's just putting on doing final preparations. We've decided to match in color today, so you're gonna see that. Are you ready, Mama Noise? Are you ready? Are you ready? Just give me the thumbs up if you're ready. Just give me the thumbs up if you're ready. Okay, she's not ready. But yeah, we're gonna have a good show tonight. We really are. And oh, she is ready. Okay, there she is. Hey, Mama Noise, it's good to see you, lovely. Hello. Lovely. Hello.
Hi.
So sweet, so good to see you.
Mm-hmm.
I swear, you are the sunshine of my life. You are the sunshine of my life. Yeah. And that's why I always want you around. You are the apple of my eye. Yeah. And that's all the words I know right now.
Well, thank you, dear.
I'll be here all week, man.
I appreciate your serenade.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Real quick, just some church announcements real quick. Don't forget that tomorrow's Black Friday. We got a lot of amazing stories to get into on Black Friday. Some are unbelievable and salacious in nature, but we're gonna have a good time discussing it, because that's what we do here on this show. And we're gonna get into the thick of it, into the thick of it. So we'll get into the thick of it, and so that'll be fun. And then we made a decision today in production. We need to have a final decision set. So we're gonna do a game night, this or that, as we've done it before. And those have been wildly popular on this show. But this one is a final decision night. We're gonna put some things to bed once and for all. No longer are we gonna go back and forth and say, oh, what about this? What about this? I saw somebody arguing with Kev on stage about the debate on sugar on grits. There is no argument on this.
You're
So
right.
So we're gonna settle it once and for all. Saturday night, pull up on your peoples for a special this or that, and then that'll be the end of it. We won't have to keep going back and forth with all of this.
Mm-hmm.
We got some great categories that we've put together. And it's just time, man. Some things you don't need to just keep arguing about. They are what they are. So I'm looking forward to that on this Saturday night. Just putting some stuff to bed, finally. You know what I mean?
Clearly.
Shout out to the noisemakers pulling up in the chat. Appreciate each and every one of you. Y'all know what it is. Y'all know the love we have for y'all. Y'all know what that is. Also, shout out to my partners in crime, Kendrick Haskins and Charlie Ward, for jumping on Believe in the ACC today. That was a really good show. We had a good time this morning. So if you haven't had a chance to see Believe in the ACC, go back and watch that. I think you will thoroughly enjoy our early assessments of what's going on in the ACC right now. And yeah, we're just having a good time over here in Noise Media Land. A lot happening in Noise Media Land right now. Over her in Noise Media Land.
Okay.
Noise Media Land. Noise Media Land. What did Zaria say? She can't watch Uncorked Wine. No. You know what, Zaria? I'm raising you better. I'm raising you better than this.
Mm-hmm.
I know I'm raising you better than this. On the grits. See, Zaria, until you put sugar on your grits, the real blessings came real quick.
No, that devil is a lie. Now, wait a minute.
What?
None of the females in your family put any sugar on their grits.
That's not true.
In the immediate family.
Oh, well, it's because y'all not completely delivered yet.
Nope.
I pray for y'all deliverance daily.
Mm-hmm.
Interceding daily. I'm on my face. Lord, please send the healing. You know, we can hear you typing.
The most.
I can hear all that.
Yep.
I wonder how Al is doing. I hope Al is okay. They working Al like he ran away from the plantation. But he ain't the only one. Where is it? There was a walkout earlier this week in one of these states. I want to say it was Ohio. Yeah.
Well,
walkout. Them like we ain't going.
These northern states will shut it down. Well, it was another state that shut down during the pandemic that was like, you know what? We ain't going back and forth with y'all.
Let me. You always ruining it. You ain't got to do that. We got drops for that.
I ain't going back and forth with you.
See what I'm saying? Ohio said they ain't doing it. I mean, certain parts of Texas saying they ain't doing it. Folk ain't playing.
Listen, they are realizing their value if they haven't known it already. Now, they like, look, don't make me retire on you.
Well, I think the school system is recognizing their value now too, and they're saying we got to figure something out.
Facts.
Because these folks ain't playing, these teachers ain't playing. They said we'll shut all this down.
They like, y'all must not be familiar with the double R. What's the double R? I'm going to retire or I'm going to resign.
Yeah, man.
You got me twisted. If you think you're gonna mistreat me up in this camp, I understand that there are a lot of classes that have to double up because they don't have enough teachers to teach them.
Yeah.
So now they got big.
Somebody sent me a video of one of the teachers showing up for the first day. I think I have it right here.
If you think I'm here to play around with y'all, God damn it, I'm not.
Which is to me that's a little aggressive if you ask me.
Oh my gosh, stop it.
That is very aggressive. That is very aggressive for a first day of school. But you know, you do what you have to do to reach the students, I think.
No, I think that might.
I have another video. Somebody just sent me another video of I think this is a teacher. after seeing his class for the first time.
Let me out.
Wow.
No, you have to well, if you're gonna give the reflection of the teachers, you have to give a reflection of the student.
Well, I don't have one for the student.
Oh yeah, you do. Student says if you gonna talk reckless like that teacher, then pull up on them.
Well, the student's gonna say whatever they say.
That's the kind of kids that's on Al B's bus. They like pull up on me. Then you got parents saying, "Well, come through then."
Right. It's ugly right now.
But really, parents don't want the smoke. They don't want the smoke because if the teachers go too far, they got to go back to virtual learning, and parents ain't having it.
Well, that's the tricky balance, but the problem is they may not get the chance to decide that, because if there's the type of deficiencies that we're seeing all across the country, if that continues, and if that continues, and they can't replace these teachers and with viable substitutes fast enough, then they may not have a choice. They may not have a choice.
Listen, we're at the place where they have said, it was the teachers that said, that the student school districts are lowering the requirements, qualifications in order to be a teacher. Used to be the standard was so high, like, oh my gosh, well, in order for me to be a teacher, I have to take this, take that, and have these credentials and this and that. And now they like, what we had said previously.
I heard they were out recruiting in different places, asking who's ever available to work in the education system. Matter of fact, we have video of somebody literally going to a house and asking somebody would they mind being a teacher.
Hell no, can't do that.
See, it's not going well. It's not going well, is what I'm saying.
No, the school system has gone biblical. The school system has quoted the Bible. They said, "Whosoever will, let him come.
Whosoever will, let them come unto me, and I will give you employment and an insurance plan. Whosoever will." Let me get right in the screen here. Whosoever will come unto me. I don't think it's gonna work though. I don't think it's gonna work. I am glad to see you, Mama Noise. You look amazing. Your lighting is popping. Production got you right today. I have to say, production got you right.
Well, I have to give credit where credit is due, and Princess Noise came up here and hooked the sister up.
As you should. Shout out to Princess Noise. She got you looking amazing.
Appreciate it.
Amazing. You look amazing.
Well, thank you, darling.
So amazing. So amazing.
No. But I appreciate that.
Why you don't like one minute you like my singing and the other minute you don't? Choose.
That's because that was sounding like a gospel song.
It was. I was singing for the Lord.
No, well, sing for him. Don't sing for me.
Wow, you don't like my singing now?
No, I'm saying he's the only one that deserves the word so amazing. How about that?
I disagree, Mama Noise. He don't mind you being amazing. You think the Lord don't want you to be amazing?
I mean, you use the same song that you sing in the church, and then you want to reference it to it.
Well, Mama Noise, listen, I used the song because the song was available for me to use right now. Now, It's not a knock or disrespect to the Lord or you. It's
hey, listen, I'm believing for some blessings, and I ain't about to let you mess up my blessings.
I'm not going to mess up your blessings. Or what do you think is going to happen if I say call you amazing?
Well, I don't know.
The Lord's going to be like, well, it can't be too amazing.
I don't want the smoke. I'm just saying.
I think you're being you're being over religious right now.
Okay, well,
you're giving off real Carlton Pearson vibes right now. I don't like it.
Wow.
I don't
You
like
said that about me?
Well, not so much. I said it as much as
Yeah,
as
you
much,
did. You
as
said it
much
at the
as you
same
displayed it.
time.
You displayed it is what I was trying to say.
No.
You're giving out real big Paul Morton energy right now. Is what I'm saying.
How you? That's
By
night.
the way, shout out to Paul Morton. I love Paul Morton.
I'm like, that's night and day, sir.
Let it rain.
Okay. This guy.
What? I was just giving you the vocals.
Mm-hmm.
I was hitting you with them smooth vocals.
Yeah.
So that's all I was saying, Mama Noise.
Okay.
Before we get back into the show, is there anything that I'm forgetting to talk about?
You said you was gonna give a shout out to your bishop.
Oh, that's right. You know what? I've been so busy today that I did not put together a proper presentation for the bishop. It was his birthday yesterday. And so I don't call him bishop. I just say pastor. That's Shay called him the bishop. I personally
Okay, your pastor.
I just call him Pastor Dave. But it was his birthday. So shout out to Pastor Dave. I'm so happy. He has been a wonderful pastor to me and mine. And I am thankful for his leadership.
Oh my God, stop it.
And just his example as a man.
His leadership.
Yeah, he's been phenomenal, man. The dude is really giving us good wisdom and guidance and leadership.
And what is one thing he's guided you on?
Oh man, so many things. Just his ability to communicate and help me to understand things that I don't understand. He's helped me with that, and I appreciate that.
The ability to help you things that you don't understand.
Yeah, sometimes you get lost in the sauce. You be like, what does that even mean? And then the pastor come along and say, well, this is what it really means to me. And you be like, yeah, that's what it means to me too, pastor.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
What? It's true.
Okay. That's your story.
That's my story. That's what I'm sticking to, Mama Noah.
That's
and I love my pastor. You're supposed to have love for your pastor. And I have love for my pastor because he's a good pastor. And so I'm grateful for him. Grateful for all the examples that he sets for me and how he be living in these streets.
Okay.
My pastor, what are you typing?
Oh my goodness.
You typing like we can't see you. I see you. What am I supposed to ignore it?
Yes.
Act like it ain't happening?
Absolutely are.
I can literally hear it. Everybody can hear you going papa tapa 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 tapa.
You know what's really funny is that you can hear that.
What's your point?
Yeah.
What's your point?
Anywho.
No, what's your point? I want to know what you're trying to say. Mama knows you trying to say something on the slick. I don't like it.
Oh.
I don't like it. Put it in the chat what you're trying to say. If you're scared to say it with your chest.
Okay.
Since you want to be the type.
Oh my gosh. Stop it.
No, you trying to say something slick. Go ahead and say it. Say what you got to say.
Anyway, when does White Noise come back? White organist come
I
back.
don't even know what to call the man. He's working a double shift. He's working a double. I don't know.
I'm not really cool with this John Denver type guitar stuff we have playing.
This hatred that you have in your heart for is not it. God.
What was you gonna say?
For white people.
God no, you was not. You was gonna say white guitars.
For white guitars, I don't like it. The Lord can't bless it.
It sounds very very Joel Osteen.
You watch Joel Osteen?
I know, but
So what's your point?
I don't know. It just sounds very, I like the organ better.
Well, white organists will return when he can. They've worked out something. I've allowed them to work out something where they split the pot or whatever, or he gets a percentage of the pot just so he can. But he's getting used to a new job. So he's working a double right now.
Is he getting used to a new job where we gonna all of a sudden he gonna be
got a lot going on. He got the twins, he got a new marriage, got a new job. You got a lot going on right now.
Is he gonna still be with us? I mean, you know.
Oh yeah, he said we've talked about it. He said I don't want to leave the church, so he said I just I'm trying to work through some issues right now. And I said, man, listen, we all been there. We all
Right.
been there.
Organist is going through some things.
He going through some things. He got black problems.
I never heard a white person ever.
He a white organist, but he got black problems.
It's the black people. That's the blackest thing. What's going on? Going through some things.
Going through some things. That's what we say, right? He said, "Hey," I said, "White organist, you feel like you've been around a lot lately." He said, "Man, I'm just going through some things." I said, "Well, talk to me." And that's when we started talking. He started telling me what was going on. He got black problems. Sometimes you got black problems, Mama. It happens. You muted. Look, you muted right now. Oh, I know why you muted. Okay. Yeah. But I want to know what's that little slick comment you were trying to make earlier. Let's get back to that. I feel like you was trying to say something slick with your little, you know what I'm saying?
Men have selective hearing.
What did I not hear?
They be like, you be talking to them. They be like, I'm listening. I'm really just waiting for my name to be called. Other than that, they're really not listening.
I don't know. That's not true about me, though. I listens. I listens good. I'm a good listener. And I'm also a good hearer. You trying to say I'm not? You trying to say I'm not, Mama Noise? Wow. Really? That's what we doing? You trying to say I'm not? Really?
You know that you guys only hear what you want to hear.
Wow, really? That's what we doing, Mama Noise?
Ooh, don't do that.
Wow.
I need you to stop that.
That's cold-blooded right there, boy. Ain't that cold-blooded, James?
Babe, you be like, babe, what'd I say? Huh?
Yeah, when do I do that?
Oh, my bad. I really wasn't listening.
I don't be doing that.
Just before the show, I was telling you something. He's like,
and I heard you. I heard everything you said.
okay.
You want me to repeat it? Well, you know what? Mama Noise be trying to come for the brothers, boy. Thank God I got some backup here now. Cuz is here. Kyrie is here.
They know it's true, too.
They don't know nothing what you talking about.
They know what I'm talking about.
I think you get the button on the voice. You deserve the button.
Was that racist?
How you doing, Mama Noise?
I don't know. I am Jamaican, so I don't know. She's had a lot of Jamaican in her, so she might be all right.
No.
Oh, damn.
He's going, okay. That's
what?
I was gonna say,
it's true.
I was gonna say also out of it, but I don't know if that came out.
If that be the case, it was very little Jamaican.
No, ain't nothing little about me, bro. The devil is a lie.
Mm-hmm.
Hallelujah. There was a lot of Jamaican.
There was a lot of Jamaican. Mama Noise, no. Tell her, Mama Noise.
That's why I said hallelujah.
You see that smile on her face? It ain't no love.
Anthony Bruce talking about inappropriate.
It probably was. And why are you coming in hot anyway? You need to go somewhere because I have outed you, sir.
Uh-oh.
I got receipts on you today, sir.
You've been waiting for this all day.
All day.
Waiting for what, Mama Noah?
He been waiting for you.
Kyrie.
What's up?
You was working hard today, wasn't you?
Yeah, well, yeah, somewhere around there.
Yeah, you was working hard. I was working hard today. Working hard.
Something like that.
Working hard for the money.
Mm-mm.
That's what Cuz is doing today.
How about them Cowboys?
I mean, all up in the grill. Oh my God! He about to bowl the dude next to him. Throw them bowl.
I mean, just antagonizing.
Because that nigga wasn't supposed to be where he was.
Who was the dude in the white shirt?
Yeah, but the old punk ass.
Punk ass. The old punk ass.
Yeah.
The Joker. I'm gonna stop right there because all I want.
Well, what? Explain.
All I want.
That was Cuz-Star, yes.
I don't want the racist button, so I'm gonna stop right there. But
I thought that was a black dude.
That old punk ass next to me.
No, it wasn't. Not next to him. He was really trying to reach over.
Didn't hold his ground. You know, whenever you go to a concert or some type of event like that, if you got the barrier, everybody really wants to be up there at the barrier because those are the
That's
people
true.
So you have to hold your fucking ground, put your elbows out there, and we were the first ones there.
Oh, your boy.
And
so you were somebody that was kind of soft cupcaking.
You know, ninjas will slide one hand in there. Once they get their hand on that pole, they're gonna wiggle their way in sideways. And if you give up your ground, you're gonna fucking lose. And that's what
Oh, I see what you're saying. Let me review the tape again. Let me review the tape now from a different perspective. So who was the Wiggler? Was it the guy with the shirt?
Well, the Wiggler lost his spot. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, the guy in the white shirt was supposed to hold the crowd.
It was neither one of those guys that was up there. They punked that motherfucker. Ooh.
Wait a minute. So who got punked? I'm trying to see who got punked.
Okay, so the guy behind the shorter guy with the t-shirt in his hand.
Right.
He's kind of tall. He's right up behind him. He and I were on the front line together.
Right.
The two guys punked his ass out.
So neither one of them two guys is supposed to be there.
Play it again. Right there.
Oh, so he lost his spot.
See, somebody told me a long time ago, Mexicans are too nice. Because if that was a Negro, you wouldn't have got up in there with me.
You wouldn't have got that spot.
Hell no.
Wow. That's a doggone shame. Well, one thing I can't let you do is get away with some of the
nice ass Mexicans.
Yeah.
Oh.
I can hear the bitterness in your throat, and we'll just address it accordingly. There we go.
Every black person knows. Hold your ground.
That is true. Now that part's true.
Get up in there on you. Shit. He didn't know.
Well, maybe he was scared. Maybe his papers ain't right.
Yeah, that's true.
God damn, that was racist. God damn, that was racist.
I'm just offering
oh my God,
possibilities.
You
don't want to make a lot of noise if your papers ain't right.
Yeah. He ain't trying to go home, bro. He ain't trying to go home, bro.
Huh?
Why I got to be your papers?
Because that's a possibility. Ron, what was you saying again? I'm sorry.
I said he didn't want no problem with nobody. He didn't want no smoke. He ain't trying to go to jail.
Listen, one thing that I've learned about my Hispanic brothers, if their papers ain't right, they don't make a lot of noise. They ain't gonna make no waves.
Nope.
Oh my gosh.
Don't need you niggas calling ICE on me.
And that's on video too. Now you can't be making no waves if your stuff ain't right. Now if his stuff is right, he'd bogarted it all up there. So let's evaluate who you're talking about. Let's make sure. So you're talking about the guy back here with the black hat on.
I'm talking about the guy with the shades on, the guy standing up behind him.
They shouldn't have been there.
With the white hat on backwards. He was up there, and we were in there nice and tight.
Oh.
And he was a big old linebacker looking ass joker too, and he got bogarted up out of there. I said,
he got punked out.
I said, look at this. And then the ninja.
I'm mad at they got old girl on the.
That explains your face right here, because this face says, I can't believe.
I know he ain't get each other.
I can't believe he punked his way up in here. Are you look? It looks like you looking at him right now, like, man, I should punch you in your throat.
No, I was probably looking at one of the cheerleaders' ass. Man.
No, you wasn't. No, you wasn't.
Had ass all up in my face. I said, "Ooh,
Oh, damn. Oh, damn. Oh, damn.
No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't. He was looking like, you think because I'm standing here that you're gonna run over me.
no,
I'm gonna give you the smoke.
He knew he wasn't gonna run over me. He knew that. I never had to open my mouth, but I ain't giving up no ground either.
Wow.
Nothing wrong with that.
Well, you made the front page, sir. We were like, I know that guy right there. He's supposed to be at work today.
Lloyd was like, oh snap! I was, oh my gosh, I can't wait for the show.
Where did you get that off of? Instagram?
Yes.
Yeah,
Instagram is floating out you all over the web right now.
He's
I
hot.
was there when they were doing all the poster for that. They said, we trending. I'm thinking, you need to get your ass out of here.
We trending.
Well, listen,
Yes, Tyron.
Tara, you from Dallas. What the hell wrong with you?
You're not from
No,
Dallas.
she's not. She
She's
is from Arkansas.
She lives in Dallas now.
She here now. She made a choice.
Right.
She made a choice.
Just like you did, because you're from Mississippi. So
I know where I'm from. You ain't got to tell me.
well, I'm just saying, because you know.
You still seem a little salty about what happened. You really it feels like you're not quite healed from it.
Oh no, I'm fine. I was just disappointed that the Mexican people are so nice. Man, shit.
Well, were you able to enjoy the experience despite the fact that our Hispanic hombres were not able to hold the border?
One of the things that happens is, as people are trying to get closer when the stars come out.
He tried, Mama Noise. He tried.
I know, but
when the stars come out, those people keep trying to get close. One lady gonna pat me on my back and say, "I know you ain't never been felt up quite this much, have you?"
Oh, damn.
Well, really, what you should have told her was,
everybody's. I didn't even turn around. I didn't even acknowledge her because I don't give up ground. Everybody's trying to get close, and the closer they tried to get up to the star to get their stuff signed and the little pictures taken, it got rather warm, and it was still early in the morning when they came down there and did that.
it got warm.
It got hot. All these motherfuckers.
what is happening right now?
All these people breathing down my neck and shit. You should have got here earlier.
The hell?
Shit hell. Got
What the hell?
up on my neck.
Why are you so hostile? This is supposed to be a fun outing.
See,
it was. I enjoyed myself. I love them Cowboys.
I don't know why.
I took great pride in telling that girl that was married to that black boy. What was her name? The co-host?
Molly,
yeah.
she was right there in your face.
Hell,
so that yell was for her. That yell was for Stephen A.
Let me tell you something, Mama. No, I don't know her. But them black
watch
boys
First Take, don't you?
Them two black boys that was up front, they were there specifically because of her. Oh, Molly. Oh, what the hell?
They know that's the fastest way for them.
You
to get
don't
on
watch
TV.
First Take? You don't see Molly on First Take?
You can't. I don't give a damn about Molly. Mama, no, let
Mama Noise, they ain't nothing
Quit
special.
playing. She looked like she had a short skirt on. Yes.
Ain't nothing special about her, Mama Noise.
Mama knows you ask me questions and you don't want the real answers now. But you ask
What in the world? This is real talk.
I want to hear the real answers. Let's go.
I do not like all these ladies, 99% Caucasian that's on these shows. They whiten them up so that white men will watch those black commentators.
But I don't think she's white, like white.
She ain't black either.
She ain't white. She ain't black.
Molly
white,
is
white.
not white.
She's not white.
She ain't black.
She ain't
We
black.
know she's not black, but
Yeah, she
she's
ain't black.
not
But she ain't
white at all.
white. Yeah, she's something else.
They just be lightening the show up so the other folks are watching. I don't know.
Lightning.
They do, Mama Noise. Have you noticed how many white women are on those shows?
Have you noticed how many black women are now?
How many black
Not
women
many.
on those shows?
Not really any.
It's quite
Not
a
many.
few of the ones
Not
that
many.
I've seen.
Not really. Not anymore, Mama Noise.
No.
You mean
They
not
try, Mama
anymore?
Noise.
A lot of them have been taken off.
No, Mama,
Like-
they don't. Them
I'm not
white
talking about Jamil Hill.
I'm talking about a lot of them. Carrie, Jamil, the black girl, Joy Taylor. She used to be on one of them shows, and they took her off and hit her in there with Carlin Cowherd. And
You said hitter.
yeah, she was in Colin Cowherd's show, which is one of the top shows. And then now she's on some show called Speak Truth to something. I don't know. So she's not around as much as she used to be.
Now I understand what it is. It's marketing. It's marketing 101. You got to appeal to a broader audience. I get it. That don't mean I like it.
Okay.
They ain't never played football. They ain't never played basketball, but they got their asses up on them sports shows. I wonder why.
Do you not
Because
want?
everybody wants some breast on the show.
Do you not want blonde women, or do you not want any women?
There you go, Mr. Noise. There you go. Now we're talking.
And hold on, because I gotta address what Mama Noise did there. Just
Damn.
do you not? You don't want any women on the show?
I already said it, Mr. Noise. It's them blonde hair, blue eyes.
Oh, you don't want the blonde haired ones? Okay.
Blue eyes.
Oh, okay. So all you really care about is TOP.
What is TOP?
Titties on the plate.
TOP.
Oh Lord.
Titties on the plate.
So what?
I don't know
Wait,
Okay.
I don't know where you're going with that.
Yeah.
You do want a woman with nothing but some cleavage right there side of whoever it is that's doing the talking.
I didn't hear him say nothing about cleavage, Mama Noise. I didn't hear that.
You don't want some. You ain't want some woman that's there as straight as a board. Don't even get that.
Mama Noise, honest to goodness, I don't have to watch a sports show. I don't have to have a woman on there at all. I want to hear them talk X's and O's.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I want to hear. And the guys do talk X's and O's, but the woman is on there narrating. She's the mediator. She's the peacekeeper. She's the
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's true. It's true.
I know. I watch First Take, and I'll be honest with you, Molly gets on my nerves. It's annoying with the okay, guys, okay, like they're not capable of being able to move on to the next thing. You got to have somebody in the middle that does everything except blow the whistle to tell you need to move on to the next subject.
Mr. Noise, you're a sports guy. Mr. Noise, you're a sports guy. What do you think about it?
I don't. If a person knows what they're talking about, I'm okay with it. I don't have a problem with. But I think one of the reasons that we don't talk enough about is that there's so much that has shifted societally with these sports conversations that it is eye candy for sure. They definitely trying to give you a little eye candy. But also, I think it's a safety net because it allows you to get into certain topics and be safe to talk about those topics than you would be if you just had a bunch of hard ankles there.
It's also trying to get women to watch too.
Absolutely.
I don't know if women are watching because of women.
No, but I'm saying it's no different than like, okay, the Cowboys game or whatever. You think that it's just guys that go to the game? That's why they put all kinds of fan was it the stuff you buy?
But Mama, they didn't start the Cowboys cheerleaders because women would appreciate them.
No.
Because if that's the case, they'd put them in jogging suits.
That's one documentary you ain't watched yet, then, Mama Noise. You ain't watched the Cowgirls documentary for the cheerleaders. They tell you
I
why
don't
they
watch for no freaking cheerleaders.
It's a documentary. It'll tell you why they started.
It ain't no what?
There is a documentary about the Cowboy cheerleaders.
Oh, I
see what Tara just said. I believe that. I believe that.
Nah.
What? So in other words, men don't watch just to hear other men talk. Then, like Jay said,
A lot of
Well,
people are not tuning. A lot of guys
they
are not
do.
tuning in to watch Molly because she's on First Date.
Yeah, I don't know if that's I don't know if that's that true. I think Molly is just a benefactor of the fact that we watch. Like they were still watching, Molly wasn't there. They were watching when Molly wasn't there. First Take has been number one for quite some time. It ain't because
honestly,
Molly.
If you look at their ranking,
before Molly, who was the other white woman?
There was no other white woman.
There was no other white woman.
It was all men?
No, it was Carrie Champion, the black sister.
I don't know her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's only been two women that have hosted the show, Molly and Carrie Champion. And Carrie Champion is a black woman. She is not.
She played sports, correct?
I don't know if Carrie played sports or not.
They had Carrie Champion on there and she didn't play sports?
I bet you she did.
I don't think she did.
How many black women do they put on there that ain't played a sport?
A lot of them.
Wow.
Janelle don't play sports.
She looked like she played some sports.
No, she never played no sport.
I wouldn't put never on there.
She's a reporter.
She might have played basketball in high school before you say she ain't never played.
I'm telling you, she ain't played no sport. Carrie is let's see, here's Carrie. There she go.
I didn't need to see her picture. I needed to know that she played.
They needed to see the picture. He didn't know who she was.
Oh, he needed to see T.O.P. Okay, see what I'm talking about? That's what I'm talking about.
That's just a picture of the woman.
It ain't nothing but T.O.P.
Mama knows there was no plate in her hand.
It wasn't no T-shirt either. That wasn't no T-shirt.
There was no plate under the titties either.
There were number cleavage there and showing her hips and everything. Come on, man.
Cleavage. There was no.
They didn't look like a sports analyst.
Mama Noah, she is who she is. He was just showing it to me so I can remember. I think I remember her.
That's all I was trying to do, Mama Noah.
Yeah, and he was like, I'm not really sure if I was her or not. Go ahead and put that picture of her one more again.
Mama Noah, what do you want?
She was way better than Molly.
She was better.
Because she's actually a sports.
So why is Molly so famous then?
Oh, because she's lasted longer than Carrie did.
Them Negroes were going crazy. Molly. Like, God damn.
And it doesn't help that, it actually helped that she's married to Jalen Rose. And it also helped that Stephen A promotes the hell out of her on his show.
Oh, no. He sends her a lot of love. Mama Noise is saying I'm not balancing the scales. So let me balance the scales. Here you go, Mama Noise. There you go. There's a balance of the scales.
Heck, no, you wrong for that blasphemy.
What? I'm giving you balance.
Like you want to put old funky old raggedy old Terry Crews up there and say that's supposed to be for us?
Well, who do you want?
Nobody want to see his tail.
Why he got to be funky old?
Mama knows why you feel that way about him.
You know why we feel that way about Terry Crews. Why are you trying to act like you don't know?
Because you know I'm not hip to pop culture. I don't know what you're thinking right now. I really don't. You know I don't. What he done did?
Terry Crews is like Terry Crews is in the category of like a Trump supporter.
Oh, wow, that's strong. That's strong. That was strong, Mama Noise. That was strong what you just did right there.
I'm just saying. Exactly, Tyra. Thank you. That was insulting. You putting old raggedy.
Insulting.
All you care about are the muscles. We ain't trying to get into his politics.
Okay, I'll give you something that you really want to see then. How's that? Is that better?
Yeah, you can't see that big bro. He got all that hair all on his head.
That's what she likes. She liked Ty Dolla $ign.
All I said one time is that guy Ty Dolla $ign. Now all of a sudden you got to put him on.
When I asked you a point blank question,
he looks cash crazy right there. I'm just saying.
When I asked you a point blank question about Ty Dolla $ign, you blushed and giggled and
no, I didn't. I did not. You take that back.
I will not take it back. I will not.
Ty Dolla $ign looks cash crazy right
there. What I don't do is lie to the people on Noise Media and Entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what that is.
She said, "Can we get Lenny Kravitz?"
Lenny Kravitz, really? Is Lenny fine?
He not too old to be oohing and ahhing over. He 50, isn't he?
Yeah, but I heard that he's aging well.
Is he?
I heard he is aging well.
I didn't realize y'all was feeling over Lenny like that.
He's got a ranch down in Brazil or somewhere like that, and
you can get with him, Tara, but he gonna have to take plenty of bathroom breaks now because he can't hold his urine.
What is going on right now? What is happening right now?
Bathroom break. Wasn't he the one that was with Halle Berry? Who was that? Oh, that was Lisa Bonet, wasn't it?
He wasn't with no, he was with Lisa Bonet, yeah.
Okay, I didn't know which one in Red Bones it was.
Ooh, Lisa Bonet was a bad mother. Shut your mouth back in the day.
I tell you what, this show is.
I know Tara. He tried to come for the man's prostate, but he looked like he's doing all right, aging well.
Is that a 50-something picture or 45?
That's recent.
That is recent.
And that's a 50-something. He's doing pretty good. He got all that old dye in his hair. He's doing pretty good.
Yeah, that's recent.
Yeah, he's into juices and berries.
Now everybody got what they needed tonight.
What does that mean, Mama? No.
He's like, vegan and into
Now everybody got what they needed tonight. Everybody satisfied.
Oh.
I didn't realize you had such Molly Kieran hate, Jay. I didn't realize it.
No, I don't have hate for Molly. I don't have hate for Molly. You're wrong. I don't know Molly. And all I heard were these black guys beside me over Molly.
Oh my gosh.
That's why she came over there to them, because they were loud and proud. Molly, oh my God, Molly. I'm like, damn.
They like Molly, man.
It was like dag what? But then when them little cowgirls come through there with their little skirts is no bigger than a napkin.
They call Dallas Cowboy.
Oh, whatever.
Whatever.
They come out there. You wasn't saying dag on when they come out.
Listen, I was there for two reasons, honestly. I didn't mind seeing Stephen A. Smith because I got the booing. And Jack.
You got the booing.
But I was there to see Michael Irvin. I like Mike. And I didn't mind seeing the old man, Jerry.
Oh my God.
He was damn near incoherent today.
I mean, listen.
I didn't understand shit he said.
He was losing his chain of thought.
Because he was talking rich folk talk.
Well, of course.
I guess.
He told Stephen A. he was a closet. I said,
He did call him a fraud. I did remember that part.
Oh.
1001, 1002, 1003. There you go.
Listen, if you were that old and had that much money, folks wouldn't be able to understand you either. I mean, shit.
That's true.
Man, old.
Yeah, that looks like I watch her strictly for her analyzing the sports.
So what is Molly? Puerto Rican?
She's Albanian. Read the
She's
text.
Albanian. She the same thing that them Kardashian girls are.
Hey, don't be so damn aggressive, Mama. No, it's not shit. Damn.
You didn't clown the Mexicans when you first got on here. Now you want to talk about what's up?
You went hard on the essays, bro.
The only reason why I asked that she's Puerto Rican, she was bragging about the fact that she's from New York. And I know it's a lot of Ricans in New York. So that's why
she lives in New York. She's from Connecticut.
I was getting ready to say, because New York is a melting pot.
I told y'all I don't know this stuff. All I'm going by what she was saying. What, I say something wrong? God damn, I can't talk on here.
Why are you so aggressive on her? Like, do you just hate her because she's white?
I don't know.
Okay.
Heifer was just meant I forgot her name.
I know, Tara. It don't take long. It don't take long.
No, it doesn't. It really doesn't.
It don't take long.
They just roll in, the one after the other.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Tara.
No, no reason to apologize. We are who we are and what we are at this point. So it don't really matter. but I just wanted to make sure that we have addressed everybody properly. And give me your shine today. You are a star, sir. You are now trending on the internets, and we're proud of you. That's all we was really trying to say.
Damn that internet.
Oh wow, look at that.
All I kept.
Tara said Albanian Italian.
That's all Albanian really is. That's just it's just another it's light skinned hood white, but black. She's probably said nigga a few times. Is what I'm trying to say.
They dipped over in the chocolate. That's all.
She was up there dancing like she was black. I say, well, shit, hell, look at her go.
She's been married to a black dude.
Plus, she had a lot of black in her.
So she had a lot of black in her.
I didn't say that.
So what makes a man mess up on his marriage when a woman looks at him? I mean, she's a nice looking woman up close. Even with the makeup on, she was a nice looking woman. She wasn't no ugly woman.
Right.
And she had a nice little figure on her too. What makes a man mess up on his wife?
That is a great question. I don't know.
Did we ever find out what happened?
What do these men want?
Not publicly. I don't think there was infidelity. I just think they chose to go the irreconcilable differences route.
That's what they put out.
That's what they put out.
Because you don't think there was infidelity? You don't think so? I'm just asking. I don't know.
Speculate.
I'm just asking.
I don't know. When I see brothers who can't make a beautiful wife work, I do wonder what the hell is wrong with them. I won't lie to you, because I don't understand that. Like, what is so bad? What is she doing that's so bad? And it has nothing to do with. I'm not saying it's the beauty factor.
But men are visual. Men are visual.
Right, but I don't know. I don't understand. I
don't think it have to do with him experiencing a midlife crisis. Because anybody who does all that stuff to what he's done to his head, I don't know what is going on with his hair. I don't know what that is.
Jalen,
put up a picture of him. I don't even know what it looked like.
Jalen Rose.
I don't follow that shit. How many times I gotta tell y'all that? I mean, I don't follow it.
You might be the worst sports fan ever. Possible.
I know what the people in my house look like.
Oh my gosh!
All that old shit.
Jalen wears a lot of units.
Now,
see what I'm talking about? So that explains.
What's a unit? What's a unit?
Fake hair.
Unit.
A man that wears fake hair.
He wears a lot of fake hair.
A whole lot of them sports analysts that won't just go ahead and go bald, be trying to do all this stuff to save it.
Well, but Jalen got hair. I don't know why Jalen do what he do. Like, that's a unit.
Yeah.
That's a unit?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not real.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I thought he just had a good barber.
Now see, that right there is why every black man need to apologize for every time.
He got a good barber that covers up the fact that he wears a unit.
Every black man need to apologize for anything they ever said about a black woman's tracks, weaves, and all that type of stuff. When these Negroes can go and buy however many $1,000 units and then make their stuff look like perfection, and theirs is purchased as well.
Yeah, Jalen likes to switch it up, and so he'll throw on a unit in a heartbeat. But why? Huh?
I had no idea.
Man, he's just one.
But why? But back to your previous question. I guess that ties into this is a good place to start our conversation tonight. Why would a guy? I don't know. I honestly don't know.
Maybe it's because he's got options.
I remember him.
Yeah, he's part of the Fab Five.
I just wouldn't know his name, but if I had seen him, but yeah, okay.
It's because he's got options. You know, to me,
we all got options. Everybody's got
options. You marry somebody that looks like that, and then you like nobody's checking for you. And then when you marry somebody that's really attractive, now all of a sudden folks is checking for you.
But everybody got, Mama Noise, everybody got options.
Yeah.
But that's not what I went on from that, Mr. Noise. I'm saying that when you marry somebody really attractive, now folks is checking for you that wasn't checking for you at first.
Mama Noise, if you marry somebody ugly, people gonna check for you when they ain't checking for you. That's what I'm saying. Everybody got options. I don't think the options is what causes a man to cheat. I think what causes a man to cheat is his personal immaturity, to not be able to stick it out and make something work, to do what's necessary to make it work. Why are you choosing not to make it work? Why have you drawn these lines in the sand to say, if she does X, Y, and Z, I'm not gonna fight for her?
No.
That's what we're talking about. You know, I hear and I'm not saying it's always the man's fault, Sean. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying a lot of guys will bail, or women will bail. If you cross my lines, I'm not gonna stay. Whatever those lines may be. Because I honestly don't know what irreconcilable differences mean. I don't understand what that means.
Interesting. What does irreconcilable differences mean? I think somebody said it means that you've decided that you're no longer going to try to make it work.
Yeah, they were only married for 3 years.
So that decision is, so I dare say you decided that you weren't going to try it before the marriage.
You didn't try. 3 years? You didn't try. And Mama Noise, listen, just because you marry somebody attractive, that may be some truth to that, but he had money. Money gives you more options than versus who's on your arm. Women be checking men out because of the type of car they drive, the type of clothes they wear, the money they think they got in their pocket. They don't necessarily care who you got on your arm. They want some of that money.
Tara said irreconcilable differences mean we don't really want to tell you why we breaking up. We ain't trying to put that on the record. That's probably true, Tara.
I believe it.
That's probably true. That's probably more true than anything.
I believe it, absolutely. Because, you know.
How long should you stay before you say this ain't gonna work?
Man,
wow.
3 years ain't shit in marriage.
Right.
That ain't nothing.
Wow.
So 7?
How long should you stay?
The one thing you hear a lot of black women say is that black men don't fight for them like they're supposed to, or like they would like them to, and maybe that's more accurate to say it that way. Is that true?
You see what Tara just put on this?
What?
Tara just all out there.
Mr. Noise, what you say?
Tara, now wait a minute, Tara. Don't
put it all out there.
Come on, Tara. Now don't. Lord have mercy.
Lord Jesus.
Just speaking her truth, as everybody likes to say.
Speaking her truth. She's speaking her truth. That's what she's doing.
I agree with that.
Amen, lights.
Yep.
Now, what'd you say, Mr. Noise? Somebody is that
after you? Where are you at? Okay, there's no time limit. You leave when you need to. Wow. I was just asking how long should you stay? Ron said you leave when you need to.
Man.
Do you have to have a reason to leave?
Wow.
And if you're getting married with the expectation that at some point, if this doesn't continue to satisfy me, I can leave, then what is the point of getting married in the first place?
I agree.
No, I'm really asking the question. I don't know.
No, I agree. Because, I mean, before we were married, we had long conversations and was like, look, you know, What do you want to do? We had the unfortunate pleasure. No, it's not a pleasure. An unfortunate.
Hold on one second. Hold on. I'm sorry, Mama. I don't mean to cut you out, but okay. So someone reported my cheat down comment, so I'm done. Tara, you don't have to be done, and shame on you, whoever reported that.
Oh no!
Here on our show, you're allowed to say whatever you feel like saying. This is a free forum to speak your mind. So please, let's respect the fact that someone may not agree with what you're thinking in your personal space. But guess what? That's okay. You're allowed to respond, but don't report them. Don't be petty like that, please.
Oh no!
I just wanted to address that.
What just happened?
She said somebody reported her.
Facebook reported her comment.
Please don't do that.
Oh no, we don't do that here.
Yeah, that's a different podcast.
That's some petty. As petty as.
Yeah, don't do that.
Come on, we done put we done said worse.
Well,
we done said worse than that. We done had worse than that in the chat. So please,
I don't even understand that.
Yeah, don't be like that.
Wow.
We allow for free conversation.
I'm so sorry, Sora. That happened. That was petty.
Sean says so. 3 to 5 years is that getting to know each other, right? Like there's a fate.
Well, that's what we've always been told. The first 5 years is.
I would dare say the first 7. The one of the things they used to say, I heard a lot of people say this, that the first 7 years, if you can survive the first 7 years, you're probably gonna be all right. There's Ron. He's back now.
Technical and personal difficulties.
Yeah.
We understand that.
Touche, Ron. Touche. I got you. But yeah, I marriage takes time, man. It takes time, and so it does make me think: are black men and black women willing to stick around to get past the hard stuff?
I would hope so.
Because it's not easy. It's not easy. Marriage is not easy. It's not a.
Marriage is not hard either. Marriage is work. It's not easy. It's not hard. It's work.
But it is work.
Is your ass willing to put in the work? That's the question.
No, that's really the question.
Because if you go into it thinking marriage is hard, black people don't like hard.
Come on, sir.
We don't do hard. But we will work for something that we want.
What is the line for you, Mama Noise?
The line?
Yeah. What could I do to mess this all up?
Don't call her red bone.
When you give up.
Wow.
When you give up and say our marriage is not worth fighting for.
Wow. Wow. That's a heavy statement. Ron, what's the line for you?
When your ass give up?
Same.
Yes, sir. If you ain't willing to put in the work, like I'm willing to put in the work, then there ain't no need for both of us to be there.
Wow. Okay. Cuz, what's your line? Or do you have a line?
Of course, I have a line. I think everybody has a line.
Okay.
Anybody that believes marriage is not difficult, I don't know what to tell you. I watched my parents be married for 25 years. I wasn't born the whole 25. But the years that I was there.
I was gonna say if you
Hey,
weren't alive,
this is my story.
okay. Your story's confusing, man. That's all I'm saying.
Your numbers are off on your testimony. Your numbers are off a little bit. Math ain't
I
that.
can't do it. Y'all
Don't
leave it alone.
Don't wrap your ass around the numbers. Just leave the numbers alone.
Wrap my ass. What is happening right now?
We do a lot of math around here, so
I watched my parents be married. Let me tell you something. Their marriage was extremely easy to everybody that was on the outside looking in. When my mom and dad divorced, I had my mother's siblings that would say to me and my brother, we thought it was perfect. For years, we thought it was perfect because there was never any arguing, there was never any fighting, there was never any fussing, there was never any cussing. You see them, they were smiling, they were joking, hee hee ha. But listen, if you're not discussing with passion and heart, if you don't have some disagreements, if you don't have some falling out, then is that really marriage?
You let me tell you something. As weird as your numbers were just now, you eventually got to the meat of that sermon and you was preaching. Because I'm gonna tell you something. I had a friend of mine tell me something that he thought he was taking great pride in. He said, I have never argued in front of the children. I have never done that. And I was like, huh. I was like, that's good, I guess.
And I'm not.
I can't say that.
And I'm not that friend he's talking about.
No, right.
You know what, Kyrie?
Because sometimes an argument spills out, or a discussion spills over, and I don't know if that's necessarily a bad thing, because one of the things that we've done in our house is that in the times, not it hasn't been a lot of times, but the times that they have spilled over, we'll get the girls together and we'll say, here's what's going on. Now, we don't get into all of the meat of what the argument is about, but we will say, hey, me and your mom had some disagreement. We got a little loud. We apologize for bringing y'all into the conversation, but rest assured, there is nothing that we're discussing in this conversation that is going to be detrimental or worrisome to you. Me and your mama ain't going nowhere. So we reassure them that though this conversation has escalated, it is not a situation of concern or detriment. And my point of saying that to you is, point of saying that to them and point of saying it to this conversation is, I think our marriage is about as healthy as it gets, because we live out our marriage in real time, and we don't hide anything from our family. But we not, they've never seen me disrespect their mother. They've never seen me do anything harmful to their mother. They've never seen me call her out her name. And even in the conversation where it got a little tight, it just got tight. We just disagreed, but it wasn't no B, get out of here, and we don't do that. We just have healthy dialogue sometimes, and we don't agree.
Do we do our children a disservice when we give them this false impression that real healthy marriages never argue, never have disagreements?
I think so.
My parents did.
I think so. I agree with you, because I think it is an unrealistic expectation to leave your child thinking that there will never be any real or even worse than that conflict in a marriage is a reflection of a bad marriage. Because here's one thing that I can truthfully say about every disagreement that me and Mama Noise have had. It has made us better. Every single one. We got better understanding. And here's what's even cooler than that. every time a disagreement would take place, especially in the early years, like them early years was really bad because you go to another room, she go to another room, you don't talk for several days. You mad, she mad, don't nobody want to get each other none. It's bad. And then it's bad. It's bad. It's bad, cuz it be bad. But as you get older and wiser, and you recognize that it don't take all that, you realize that the gap between anger and reconciliation starts to do this. It starts to shrink. It starts to shrink. It starts to shrink. And now that we on the backside of 23, man, please, we'll have a disagreement and then go get some ice cream after it's over. Like it ain't no hard situation because you recognize it's making you better. Every time we come to a place where we don't understand each other, we now have the understanding of patience and how to reconcile, and we get past it. And I think that's when I say marriage takes work, I think that's what I be talking about. Like you're gonna have some times, man, where you ain't gonna see eye to eye, but that's okay.
You're gonna have good days, you're gonna have bad days.
You have bad days, but that's okay.
How much work are you willing to put in?
Well, and then like I said, I'm sorry, what did you say, Kyrie?
I said, how much work are you gonna put in to maintain what you have?
I like what Tara said, y'all. She said her daughter says you do. She never saw us argue, so the divorce took her by surprise, and that was a big part of her reconciling. As a child, she just thought that she popped up and left. And see, I thank you for sharing that, Tara. Thank you for being so transparent as you always are. I think the beauty of living your life in front of your children in a very real way, it allows them to see both sides of it. They see that there may be some disagreement, but they also see you can work to reconcile this thing, get back together, come on back to where, and then keep it moving. You ain't gotta stay in the worst part of the moment of your marriage, and there's no hope for you to ever get back. Go ahead, Ron. You was about to say something.
No, I'm saying I dropped something.
Oh, I want to address something Anthony Bruce asked earlier. Put earlier, and he asked a great question. He says, "Am I fighting for the relationship or fighting and fighting you?" I think that's what he meant. Am I fighting for the relationship and fighting you?
He was saying that's the thing that when you asked the question, his what's the thing that would be like too much? And he said, and the fact that he's fighting for the relationship and fighting his spouse.
And see, that would be hard. That would be hard because if I'm fighting, one of the things I think where we've gotten good at, Mama Noise, I'm bragging on us a little bit right now. I think we've grown to the place where we realize the win is when we can both be at peace. I think early on when you start, you be trying to win and prove you right. And then as you get wiser, and Ron, I love to hear you and Cuz talk about this as well. But as you get older and you get wiser, you realize that win ain't about nothing.
Yeah.
Proving you wrong don't really benefit me. You might be wrong, but you getting to what's wrong or me getting to what's wrong is more about us winning together than it is about me saying I dominated you and wore you down, and now you see how wrong you are, and blah, 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 blah. That don't really benefit nothing.
I think that sometimes we make the mistake in not wanting to argue and think that just not talking about it is going to make it just dissolve or whatever, the disagreement just go away, or if we just not talk about it, maybe we just move on to the next thing. But trying to not talk about it and keep on internalizing the very things that concern you about your marriage causes, I'd like to call it, it's like a volcano that you keep on keep on chunking in the different things that's going on in your marriage, and then after a while that volcano erupts, and then all of a sudden you're arguing and all this, and you don't even know, sometimes you don't even know, how did we get here? What's the argument? Where did this come from? And some of the where did it came from is the fact that you just kept saying, I don't want to argue, and I'll just let it ride, and you don't talk about it.
Yeah, not talking about it as a defense mechanism.
What did you say again? Say that again.
Not talking about it as a defense mechanism.
It's a defense mechanism.
It's survival. Wow. If I don't talk about it, I can leave it alone. It'll go away. It'll vanish.
That's right, Ron. That's right.
Now my problem is no longer a problem anymore. I just gave that monkey to somebody else.
Well,
I just had a. Go ahead, Cuz.
You are correct that it's a defense mechanism in that if I don't talk about it, it'll go away. But the reality is, some of us as adults, I mean grown ass people, we avoid those types of conversations because most people know that they are inadequate in an area. They know their flaw. What they don't want to do is discuss it. Because now it appears that I am broken or less than you. And some people are absolutely not able to go there on themselves.
What do you mean by go there on themselves? What do you mean?
Accountability.
They're not able to be held accountable, right, for that flaw. It's that whataboutism. I know I am, but what are you? They don't deal with it.
So imagine, if you will, two people who meet in like, I'm gonna go back to my scenario from Tuesday. You meet in the club, meet in the bar, meet at the Applebee's, wherever you met, and you both have that trait. How in the hell does that relationship work? It can't.
It doesn't.
If I can't ever admit that I'm wrong, and you can't ever admit that you're wrong, and it can't work.
It can work.
It can.
How?
As soon as somebody realizes I need to reconcile my problem and have that conversation with that person.
Mr. Noise, before the advent of counseling, before the invention of all this information that we have access to, people made their marriages work.
But how?
Listen, because you at some point got to put it down and say, you know what? It is what it is.
Well, some people.
That's tough. That's tough in this generation because everybody feel like they got options. I ain't doing that. I ain't doing that. Well,
I don't even understand what you just said, but go ahead, Ron.
Now, saying times are a little bit different early on, so it's comparing marriage then to marriage now is probably a little bit harder. Because some people stay because they didn't have the opportunities or the option, and they didn't know better, so they had to stay in those relationships.
See, I would disagree with Tara. She's saying it could work if both of them are folk who suppress. I think suppressing what you feel in a marriage is the equivalent of thinking that if I just leave this food in here and never get it out, that it won't ever go bad.
But think about it,
it's absolutely going bad at some point.
Right, but think about it. You can go years suppressing both of y'all issues. Go years.
I agree.
Yep.
And somebody could actually die before somebody let go.
Yep.
And they can stay in that relationship the entire time. But it means it's gonna be a healthy one. Because I think you're gonna is it a healthy relationship? Probably not.
But see, I don't think
long enough.
But Ron, I don't think people do that today. I don't think they stay years no more. Maybe that was the way it was with our parents and our grandparents, but I don't think that's the way it is now. I don't think people stay years and just suck it up and let the smell just run through the house, and every time you open the refrigerator, it stink. And I don't think they do that.
Mr. Noise, to a degree, I believe it's not 100% now. So all your ninjas go there.
Yeah.
Everybody's suppressing something, no matter how minute it is. There's some things you got to say it is what it is.
But not the big stuff.
Well, I mean, it depends on what
you might say, look, she gonna wear that raggedy bra and anything I can do about it. Or he gonna wear them holy drawers and anything I can do about it. That's you might not like that, but that's what it is. So you don't trip on that. But the big stuff, I don't think people are gonna put up with the big stuff like that.
What's the big stuff? Since you gave us holy drawers,
I think when it's stuff in the levels of how the person is being treated, how a person is being quote unquote loved, how a person is being lack of communication in certain areas that affect the overall piece of the marriage, like money or accountability, different stuff like that. I think those type of things destroy marriages. You can't be out till 3 o'clock in the morning and not tell me where you are, and I'm just gonna take it.
4 days a week.
Right. I think those kinds of things, people just be like, okay, now wait a minute. But I think it goes back to like we said, the earlier conversation. So my daughter hit me with something the other day. Shout out to my youngest. She said, Dad, there's something going on in our society now that's even worse than working through trauma.
Oh, damn.
And I said, well, what is it? She said, there's something called trauma dumping. Have y'all ever heard of trauma dumping?
The hell is that?
See, I never heard of that until she brought it to my attention. She said trauma dumping is when you going through something, or no, somebody else is going through something, and instead of dealing with their own thing, they just take all their issues and pain and they unburden themselves on you as if you can help them.
It would be called giving monkeys.
What?
When you like you
getting the monkey off your back and putting it on
somebody else's back.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Right. So she said you got to be careful with that in relationships now too, because now it was shocking to hear her say that because she's only 13 and ain't never really been in a relationship. But she was like, that's another part of what's going on in our society. So that kind of goes to something what Cuz was saying, do we need to really go through this counseling and I don't want to be trauma dumped on. That seems like a lot. If I already got issues and now I got to take on my issues and your issues.
I like the way we say it better than trauma dump. Trauma dumps don't sound.
Trauma dump sounds painful.
Yeah.
sounds like a.
Sound nasty as hell. I mean.
Well, to me, it's no different than somebody's like a sounding board. Somebody coming to you trying to bounce off all the stuff that they're going through or whatever, trying to understand it or just trying to.
But the way she phrased it, it wasn't about them trying to get understanding, like them trying to get understanding for you. They're not asking for your opinion. They're just simply dumping their problems on you.
But honestly, that happens in America. Different. But that happens in the marriage all the time. And a lot of times it happens, and you really don't. Sometimes you don't even know that it's happening because, like we always say, if I'm good at certain things, she's good at certain things, and a lot of times those things that she's not good at, she carries those monkeys. So, but she know I'm actually better at it, so she'll give me that monkey, and I'll take it on, and I'll take that role. I'll help work on those certain things. And same way for me, if I got something I know I'm not good at that I've been carrying around, she may take that monkey from me and build on that monkey.
But Ryan, I see that differently though. I don't see that as trauma dumping. I see that as y'all supporting one another. Like you saying, I'm strong in this area, she's weak in this area, so let me be the strength to her weakness. That's what I think a marriage is supposed to be.
But even in trauma though, if she went through something, she needs help getting through it, she's gonna ask me to help her get through that. So she's gonna unload some of that trauma burden, and it's my job to help her get through that. My job is to help her work through that trauma.
But I don't think that's what she was talking about. I think she was saying these people, they're not necessarily to them, freedom is just unburdening themselves with the issue and putting it on your shoulders. They don't care what you do with it.
But see, here's the thing: you can't unburden trauma like that,
right?
And I'm saying if and I know we always use this. This is probably the hardest thing. But if something happens to a woman when she's younger, she carries that trauma with her all the time. She can't dump that onto somebody and leave. That's just going to stay. It doesn't go nowhere. So I don't think trauma dumping is a accurate.
And I think that's, but I think that's what her point was. She was saying those people feel like as long as I can share it with somebody, I can get it off me and onto them and make myself feel better. Well, no, it's no different than smoking a joint. Yeah, you might get high for this moment, but you're not really fixing the problems.
Yeah,
you just try to distract yourself from what you're really feeling.
Yeah, they're using that whole trauma dump totally wrong.
Right, exactly. That's exactly right. I don't think any man, I don't care that Kenyatta has issues that she wants to unburden on me that she thinks I might be able to help her with. In fact, that's what I'm here for.
Right.
And I think she would feel the same way about me. But we want to help each other. The goal is to help each other come out of it so the whole marriage is better.
Exactly.
Like you said a minute ago. But my point of even bringing up the trauma dumping is that if that is what is going on societally, and again, Tara's single, Al is single. I wish he was here tonight, but I know he's working and trying to catch up with rest and stuff. But all my single people or people who you deal with single people, I would love for y'all to chime in. If that's what you're running into in the world, then I can understand why it's so hard to make these connections. Because, man, if psychologically and emotionally we are this immature, even going into our 30s, 40s, and 50s, man, I don't see how we're going to break this cycle. I don't even know how we rescue the Black community as a whole. How do we build substantive relationships that transition into healthy marriages if the majority of the people that are supposed to be connected don't have the capacity to build anything substantive?
Don't have the capacity.
I'm just saying. Cuz said everybody in his family thought his parents' marriage was healthy, when the truth is it was far from it. Well, if that's the norm and not the exception, how are we supposed to get past? How are we supposed to build something in the Black community? I'm not trying to be a downer. I'm just trying to understand.
No. I know that. I was just thinking, I think about my parents, and because we had in some of this conversation, we discussed what is the thing that would make you walk away from your marriage because of Molly and
after only 3 years.
Derrick Rose after 3 years. Well, the way I understand the story simply is that my dad didn't pay the electric bill. And, I'm a baby. My sister and I are babies. And my mom is at home taking care of us. And the lights went out. And it was a chain of events where the lights went out. And I think all the things that we owned, my mom's things that she's owned since she was a child and everything, were all in storage and stuff. And all that stuff was lost. And my mom was like, that was the stick to break the camel's back, because she felt like, then you have a family, but you can't afford to have a family. because to have a family, a man needs to be able to take care of things. And if you have the type of marriage where your wife is at home taking care of your small children, and that's something that you both agreed to, then she shouldn't have to worry about, I'm going to go to sleep, but I might wake up and the lights be out, or they coming to get the truck, or they coming to get this or that. And that was something that was paramount to her, that she was like, okay, if these things happen, then that's the stick that breaks the camel's back. And so, she just left. She just picked us up and was like, I've seen more stability at my mama's house and on my own. If I got to work 2 or 3 jobs, I'll do whatever I have to make sure that doesn't happen. And, she kind of took us up, picked us up, left, didn't give no explanation, packed up and just left. And I asked her one day, I said, Mom, did y'all discuss it? Did y'all even talk about it? She said, no. It was like a funeral, a person that dies and there's no funeral. There's no burial. So that we never discussed it. I just left and took my kids and felt like I could provide a better life for them myself, because I could depend on myself if I can't depend on my husband. So,
wow.
But I think, Lloyd, when you asked,
wow,
trying to figure out how you asked that question earlier. But I think in the Black community, man, we can do it. I just feel that right now there's no desire to do it.
Explain that.
I don't think Black youth see the value in being married. I don't think the youth, and I'm saying youth, I'm saying Mama Noise, anybody under 30. I don't think they see the value of it. I don't think they see, what's a good outcome. Because every time you see anything about marriage, it's the divorce side. Anything you see about marriage is how much money you lose in a divorce. I just don't think they see a win in it. So why would I want to do it? With everything that's going on out there, why would I want to do it? I know why we want to do it, but if you're a youth today and you're single, why would you?
That is a really strong point you just made there. Have we devalued marriage in our society, or more importantly in our Black community, to such a degree that there's no need for it anymore? Is that where we are? Because that's a strong statement Kyrie just made there.
I mean,
because no, I don't think she handled it properly, and I think she would say she didn't handle it properly today. Talking about Kenyatta's mom.
No, I don't think that was handled properly either. However, I think that all she thought of is, okay,
the moment.
Being that my grandparents, I don't remember them having a happy marriage. So I didn't see a whole lot of communicating going on. So then that tells me that my mom didn't see an example set before her of communicating. So both of them being Marines, sir, I need you to take care of the following things. You can't take care of these things. Then, sir, please believe I can take care of things myself. I trusted you, assuming that as your wife, that you want me to stay home and take care of these kids, that you got this. But when stuff get turned off and stuff they start taking stuff, you're like, wait a minute. Skirt, I can go live with my mama, get me 2 or 3 jobs, whatever I got to do to avoid that from happening again. But it still doesn't deal with the issue. Because from the way I understand it, my dad was calling back and pleading and stuff, trying to work out the situation. But my mother's like, hey, first time, shame on me. Second time. And he wasn't, and to answer Anthony Bruce's question, he wasn't a guy that wastes money. He just didn't make enough money.
At the time, right.
At that time.
I remember one time, me and my family, it was many years ago, but we went to Disney World.
Before he owned Orlando or after?
We had ourselves a grand time in Disney World. We used to go to Disney World quite often, as a matter of fact. And one time we came back and I pushed that garage door opener button up over the sun visor. That's back before they had the invent of the remote controls into your mirrors. It was on the sun visor. And I pushed that button and nothing happened. So, oh shit, that remote control broke, huh? Pushed that button again and nothing happened. Shit, what's going on? Got out the car and went to the front door and clicked on the light there at the front door and no light. Opened that there front door and went on in the house and click, 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 no lights. My lights were turned off for non-people. Mama knows I'm glad I didn't marry a woman like your mama, because my wife would have been gone a long time ago. We have been financially, we've been through highs and we've been through some real lows. And to leave somebody because they're going through, I hadn't quite figured it out, whatever the case may be. We can talk about that. Now, my wife came to me after that and she said, now, don't let that shit happen again now. And I understood what she meant. Make sure when you come home, we can open the damn garage door. Don't let that. And it wasn't that we actually didn't have the money. I actually called them white folks and paid them. I just forgot to pay it. I was,
See, I was a smart ass. I'd have walked in there and opened up the garage door, manually said it open. It's just me.
I'm grateful that I've learned some things in life, and being married 23 years, we've experienced some things in our life, in our marriage. But I tried my best because I knew that it's not only hard for me, but it's hard for him. It not just for the situation, and not just to be about me, but to be about him as well. And saying, okay, we can make this work. We gonna fix it. We gonna be all right. We casually say for better and for worse, for richer and for poor, and for sickness and health. We casually say that at the altar, in front of God, in front of all these witnesses. And then soon as you get some richer for poor, you soon as you get some better and for worse, then all of a sudden it's like, oh, wait a minute, that ain't what you told me. Well, you gonna be married long enough, you're gonna experience some of those things. And you have a decision on what you're gonna do under those circumstances.
But you know what? I don't know if we're having these type of conversations, or we're allowing for this level of transparency across the board. Maybe we don't need it. I don't know. But
what?
Here's what I mean by what I'm saying. I'm having a conversation in my own head while I'm having a conversation with y'all. My point of saying what I said is that I don't know if the next generation or even the generation that we're a part of understands clearly what exactly that it takes to be married. Like the Baron asked a minute ago in the chat, he said, where does the virtuous woman part of this come in? In relation to your mom or whatever. And then Tara asked, well, did you let it happen again? I don't know if we're having these kinds of conversations corporately and exclusively and really allowing for the transparency and the authenticity to go forward so that young people or even our generation understand that richer for poor is not just something cute you say on your wedding day. There may be some richer days. There may also be some poorer days. There may be some sickness, and there also may while you are experiencing mostly health. But it is likely that you're going to experience both aspects of all of it all throughout the marriage.
And if you assume it's going to be more richer days than poor days, whew, you got life messed up.
Right. And poor doesn't always mean money.
Or doesn't.
You know what I mean? And I think a lot of times we don't make that clear. We don't invite that clarity into the hearts and minds of people who are seeking to be coupled up. I kind of like something else that Tara said earlier, and we didn't address it, or I didn't pull it up in the chat because Mama Noise was sharing a wonderful story. But she was saying, where was it at? If you're working on you and really trying to make a difference out here in these single streets, you take your time and enjoy your singing. Be cute. You're not inviting trauma in your life just to have the title of a spouse. And I think there's a lot of honesty in what she's saying there, because the truth of the matter is, I think we're promoting marriage in the spousal traditional sense, but not in the true actuality of what is taking place with what marriage is. Most people want the marriage of the party. They want the party and the celebration and the people to come and give gifts, whatever. But they don't want the George and Wheezy part.
Yeah.
I got to work some stuff out. George and Wheezy worked some stuff out.
Oh, man.
They were constantly working that marriage out.
That's why I like when you said what Tara said a minute ago is they're living marriages for the title.
Yeah.
The title means a hell of a lot more than what the marriage means. It's cute to run around and say, I'm married now.
And we're working on that, Tara. We really are working on that. That's part of what we're working on behind the scenes. But yeah. You're right, Kyrie. That title, man, I think people think that's the championship.
Well, just think about weddings, period. Weddings now is practically a house, the purchase of a new home. By the time they finish with the venue, the food, the invitations, the dress, and the DJ, and all of whatever else they put together for the actual event, you done paid for a house, practically, in this day and time. And you saying you invested that much into the event, but not realizing, hey, man, you're going to have to invest more than just money.
Let me ask a hard question. This is a hard question I'm about to ask y'all. Is there something that you would not do for your spouse?
Sure. Something I would not do? Sure.
Something that you would not do?
Sure. I wouldn't rob a bank or kill unless it's in defense. But I wouldn't, because she come up here telling me she mad at somebody, I'm gonna go out there and kill a son of a bitch. I wouldn't do that.
Now you put a hands on her, we got a different story.
Different story, but I mean,
Okay.
Yeah, sure, there are things I wouldn't do, but
Okay, so short of something criminal, you would.
I'm not gonna eat up groceries. I'm not doing no shit like that.
Oh, what the hell?
Yeah, we do draw the line. You got to draw the line somewhere. You gotta draw the line.
Mama, no, why you leave the screen? Yeah,
I mean, come on.
I mean, to each his own, but I ain't doing this shit.
right.
Did nobody?
Well, the reason why I asked the question, is there something you wouldn't do, Mama? No, that's what I asked. He said he ain't gonna eat the groceries.
No.
My reason for asking that question is because I don't know if we have those discussions. And so the lines or the understanding of what marriage is never gets placed on the table other than the extreme of, and this is, like I said, this is what makes this conversation hard. The extreme of "to death do you part." So we are faced with something and we say, well, we got to stay till death do you part because that's the vow. But then when we start looking at the real aspects of what it is, we start saying, well, I wouldn't cross that line. Well, no, I can't do that. Well, hold on. I'm not willing to do that. Well, wait a minute. I'll do that. I can't do that either. And now all of a sudden you in this thing called marriage and you realize that there's more lines that you've drawn than you thought that there were that never got discussed. So now you're on the backside going, well, I didn't sign up for all that. I didn't say I would do. I can't do this, and I can't do this, and I can't do that. Well, wait a minute. So now you're gonna walk away because of what you didn't discuss in the beginning?
Yeah, but you still don't. You never discuss everything at the beginning. I mean, there's gonna be stuff that you're not gonna find out till.
Yeah, but some folk ain't discussing anything, Ron. They're not discussing anything.
And those are the ones. It's just a done deal.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I never forget. I forget who it was. It was a couple that Kieta and I were counseling, I think, and we were asking them, well, what did y'all talk about on your dating process? and they were like, well, we didn't discuss any of this and any of that. And I'm like, so y'all got married having never discussed these critical issues that are now at the foundation of destroying your entire marriage? You never talked about it before? We didn't think it never came up. Well, what did y'all do? Like, I'll give you another example. This is a hard now. We're going there. Did any of you ever talk about what would happen if you couldn't have children?
I knew my nut was strong enough to have them, so I wasn't worried about that.
I had kids before we even had a chance.
Yeah, kids. Ron had kids before. I never talked about it. I never talked about it with Kieta. I'm like you, Ron, and because I figured my shit was strong, I could make it happen. Wasn't gonna worry about it. But now,
goddamn.
But I'm gonna tell you something. There are couples that are struggling through that right now.
Yeah.
And one person wants to go. I heard you ski. I heard it. I just tried to move past. I tried to move past. There are couples that are struggling through those issues right now because maybe one spouse says, "Well, I still want children, so maybe we could go in vitro." I don't want to do in vitro. Well, so I don't get to have children because you don't believe in this particular thing, or I don't believe. You know what I'm saying? It could be. I know
that's such a part of life, though. I mean, most people don't do what maybe you and Mama Noah did, or maybe a couple of other things. Most people don't discuss all of that before marriage. And the reality is, even if you do discuss it, people aren't necessarily telling you the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God. They ain't swearing before God when they're talking to you. They're just talking.
But that's a scary thought, though.
It's very scary.
You have to live together in order to for some of that shit to be reconciled and to understand clearly who the person is. So just because we sit down and have a conversation before sex, shit, I'm gonna tell you anything before sex.
But here's the problem with your philosophy.
I'm telling the truth.
She's telling the truth, but here's the problem with the philosophy. Those things are becoming deal breakers.
Yep.
Not only deal breakers because your ass is so stern on issues.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what right. That's exactly right.
I consider myself to be a damn good father. I'm an okay husband, but I'm a damn good father.
Wow.
Mama, no, this is my story. Listen, my wife and I were married for 11 years before we had a kid. 11 years. And the reason why we didn't have kids is she never wanted kids.
I didn't want kids either.
I'm the guy that's a damn good father, and I actually wanted kids. But my wife didn't want kids. What am I going to do? Make that a deal breaker? Listen, my mama would fuss and cuss because we would call her and tell her, say, Mama, we got another dog. She say, damn them dogs. When you going to have some grandbabies, some babies?
But that is a deal breaker for a lot of people.
Moving in that direction. Well, it's deal breakers up here. I mean, it is what it is. I married you. I married you. Whether we have those kids or not, I married you.
I understand that, but if you're a guy, girl, and it's women, because women want kids more than guys most of the time. If you're a woman and you want to have kids, you want the next generation, you want to have that cuddle with the baby and raise a child, and you're with a man who don't want to have kids, it's hard for that woman to stay in there for a long period, knowing that she could never have the one thing that she wants the most, and that's to have a child. You can't ask that woman to stay with you 30 years, your ass die, and then you expect her to get with somebody else when she's 65 and tell her to have a kid. You can't do that.
And by the way, is that fair?
Nah.
Did y'all see what Tara just put in the chat?
Yes, we did.
See, y'all were just friends a couple days ago. Don't fuck it up now.
Yeah, the whole relationship is breaking down right on real time.
Mm-hmm.
I can't visit a cemetery.
That's right.
You know, my wife and I had that beautiful conversation just the other day. Because we have a couple that one of the spouses gave the other spouse an ultimatum. If you do this, don't come back up in here. If you walk out that door, you better not come back. My wife and I looked at each other and said, you better not ever give me no ultimatum. Because I'm going to do this shit just to show you how big and bad I am. You better watch who you talking to. You're talking to grown folks now. And to tell me I can't go somewhere? Oh, no.
See, that's a Negro trying to win.
You don't get to tell me as a grown man where I can and cannot go. Now,
my goodness gracious.
Out of respect, I'm not going to disrespect you. Don't misunderstand what I'm saying. But if I enjoy doing something, I'm going to do that which I enjoy.
Okay, but that's a simpler example. I'm talking about stuff that's a little more extreme. Like you tell me I can't have a child the way technology wants me to have a child because you don't agree with it. That's a whole nother thing. So now I'm supposed to go without my heart's desire because you, for whatever reasons, don't line up with it.
If a woman don't want to carry a baby, she don't want to carry it. If she don't want to have a baby, she don't want to have a baby.
I'm saying, what if she can't, but she still wants to have it?
I'm sorry. What if she can't?
Yeah, but she still wants to have it, and you say, "Well, I don't want to do that."
You want the traditional way.
I mean, well, now that sounds foolish, but I mean,
but I guess what I'm saying is, and again, that may be one of the things you can't talk about prior to, because
it's tough.
You may think everything is working the way it's supposed to, and it ain't. So you don't know. But
I knew
what a curveball to be thrown in the middle of a marriage, and then is that enough to walk away?
Well,
no,
it's not, because like Tara said earlier in the chat when she says, what happens if there's a difficult pregnancy? What happens if it compromises the safety of your wife's health to bring a child in? And then
but in Lloyd's case, you don't know that. So this is a conversation where, the first time y'all tried, say it didn't take, but the only way for her to get it now is she had to get in vitro. And we're saying, the guy is saying, I don't believe in in vitro because I can't bust it the normal way. So you can't have a kid. Is that fair? And how long should she stay with you? Because of a belief,
right?
Yeah, in a belief that really, what is it?
And
you can nut in the cup and let the doctor take a syringe and put it in her. What's the difference?
And my point of even bringing it up, Ron, is to simply say we don't know what life is going to throw at us.
Mm-hmm.
Amen.
So when you throw that statement out, I'm sickness and health, richer for poor, better for worse,
that's some big
till
shit.
Death do you part.
That's some big shit.
Come on now.
That's big, man.
I know what you're saying. That was the point of me bringing it up. You gotta know what you're saying.
I agree.
Because somewhere in the midst of your marriage, one of those categories, if not two or three of those categories, are gonna rise its head up.
Shit gonna happen.
Every one of those categories.
And then what do you do? Go ahead, Ron.
Every one of those categories are gonna pop up in your marriage.
Well, I'm listen, I was trying to be
you was
nice,
being nice.
Right. But you're 1,000% correct, Ron. Every one of them categories is coming, man. And it ain't theory. It's real. And you're gonna have to reconcile that. Now, what I fear is that couples will lie to each other and say that it's okay, or suppress it and say it's okay when it ain't okay.
It was never okay with me, with my wife and I. But I love my wife. And I married her, not because of what she can give me, but I married her because of what I can give her. So I don't ride that expectation level of what you can do for me. I won't. Damn that. I am a giver in my marriage. And hopefully, if you are a giver, your spouse is a giver back towards you.
But are you saying, and obviously hindsight is 2020, but are you saying that if she never ever wanted to sacrifice and make that sacrifice for you to do it, you'd be fine?
If we never had a kid, I would have been just fine. 11 years is a long time to be married. Now.
That is a long time, but it still carries the spirit of expectation.
I would have been just fine. It wasn't like she wasn't giving me the poo-poo. I was getting the poo-poo.
You were. That's true. I guess. I don't know. Not really sure I want to get.
I don't want that in my mental.
Confirmation.
You're always shaking your head. It's the truth.
Okay.
I'm just saying. I mean,
you want a gold star?
Marriage to me is about giving. So if your spouse can't do something or doesn't want to do something, move on. There's so many women that can't have kids. So many women that at some point in the marriage can't have sex anymore because of a cancer or a paralyzation or an accident, something. Life can happen. What you gonna do when life happens?
Right.
But again, but there are certain things that when you may move on be careful with the statement "move on," because a nigga will move on, and moving on sometimes is they gonna leave.
My wife, Tara, never ever wanted kids because she was raised in abject poverty. And she blamed her mother for some of that because she kept having kids. And she said to herself, self, and I'm sure self answered.
Probably said, huh?
Mm-hmm.
She says, I never want to have kids because she so resented her family unit back in Jamaica, the poverty that they were in. And she felt like if I didn't have kids, I'd be all right.
Mm.
That was a mentality that I had to accept and understand.
But in accepting and understanding and standing though, this is just me on the outside looking in, so I don't know if I'm right or wrong. You can tell me if I'm wrong. It feels as though you also had a level of understanding to the point where you knew, though she was so adamant about it, that probably could be loved away.
Yeah, to a degree. But
right.
I wasn't really keeping hope alive. I mean, you know.
Well,
I mean,
well, no, that's not true because you did eventually, you know, bust one in there and get one through the gate.
Well, I mean,
you kept some hope alive. We didn't
have our daughter. I mean, we got married at a very early age, and we didn't have our daughter until we were 36 years old.
But at some point, Flair,
you
didn't. Whatever night it was, you didn't rub rubber that you was typically doing all that. Gosh, so either you forget.
What did he just say?
I just can't.
He said you didn't wear no rubber.
Oh, come on.
You was raw dogging it out in the street.
Time.
Okay, I'm sorry.
We had to make sure you heard.
What was it?
I was just bringing clarity, Mama Noah. Clarity.
Yeah,
I have mic issues over here, so we want to make sure he knew that he
ain't got no mic issues.
I helped you. Ty, what you oh my God about? Don't let
because of both of y'all just
I mean, the only way to have a kid is you had to do it without a rubber. I mean,
we understood it the first.
Mama Noah, let me explain to you. When a man loves a woman,
you know what, Lloyd?
Okay, I'll explain to you after the show. I'm sorry.
Anyway, I'm gonna tell you, we had lots of conversations before we were married, but I don't remember us having a conversation of, well, I mean, Lloyd told me when he first met me that he, you know, wanted to have children.
I did.
We were friends. Talked about wanting to have children. I never thought. Well, okay. I figured, like a lot of women, you take birth control pills for many, many moons, and then, you know, I guess as soon as you get married and you stop taking them, you should get instantly. You thinking it's instant. I should instantly get pregnant, and that didn't happen for us.
I thought it was relatively instant.
No, it wasn't.
Relatively.
No, not for me. I'm gonna tell you from a woman's perspective, I was getting the business because everybody. I worked in ambulatory care, and the nurses every day was going, "Let's take a pregnancy test. Let's take a pregnancy test." Every day I was going, "Oh, come on!" It's like, "No, come on, you a newlywed. Come on, girl, you should be pregnant in no time." But then when a couple of months went by, I was starting to feel, you know, some kind of way and was feeling kind of tormented. Like, you know, oh my God, all these times I have been told by my mom, you know, don't bring no babies in this house and, you know, live your life, go to college, get yourself together, be independent and stuff. Don't be having no babies out of wedlock, blah, blah, blah. I abided by that. And now I'm married and now I don't have instant baby. What's going on? And I was very concerned in my heart. Now, I didn't share it with Lloyd, like, Lloyd, you know, what's the problem or whatever. But I in my heart, I was very concerned.
Right.
Now, by the grace of God, within 10 months, you know, of us, Lloyd, I know exactly what month I was pregnant in. What are you talking about?
It wasn't no 10 months.
Don't try to fight the math, bro. Just nod and go.
Mama knows we got married in 99.
Okay, Lloyd, it was 7 months.
Right. That's what I was trying to get to.
Thank you. 7 months. But
That's
still,
all I was trying to-
it
that's all
wasn't
I
the
was-
instant I was expecting. It wasn't the 60 days or 30 days I was expecting. I was expecting we should be, I'm feeling like, oh my gosh, well, what is happening? Is there something wrong with me? Is there something?
What was the point of bringing up the difference in 3 months, Mr. Noise?
I don't know.
Correction, Craig.
It seemed like the right thing to do, bro.
Hell, I mean, who cares?
I mean,
I always care.
Get your ass all wrapped around the numbers. Shit.
No, this is my life.
It's your story.
Right. What's got to do with you?
I'm just saying. I was like, Lord have mercy. It's taking so long. What is happening? And,
Listen, something that we don't know as kids. I say kids younger. We full as grown now. But back when we were younger, when we were slapping, we were.
Oh, right.
Right.
We have to understand that we didn't know back then. A lot of black women have fibroids.
Right.
And that stops the pregnancy for some of them. So it's not that you're infertile. We got to get rid of these damn fibroids with these heavy menstrual cycles. And so it's not that.
Well,
point,
we weren't having those conversations, Jay. For one thing, that's one of the differences between our Caucasian counterparts and us as black women is that black women struggle with the fibroids much more than white women. So here we are getting all our information as if we're white women, but we're black women. So, we're having to go through a whole lot. You're like, okay, what's the problem? Why are we having this? Why are we having that? Nobody really researched that there's a difference in, just us being black women, there's the struggle there. And here recently, like the guy who's trying to go to Congress, who's trying to inform, or should I say he's trying to declare a state of emergency in regard to black women in pregnancies, that black women are dying in delivery because of them not understanding that black women delivery is different than white women delivering children in regard to childbirth.
That's true.
It's a whole lot of differences there that we just been kind of put in the bubble of saying, we just go with the flow like everyone else, and we're not. We are a special type of woman, the black woman.
Y'all are special. Y'all are special.
You are smart and kind.
Oh my gosh.
Make you want to choke the hell out of them every now and then.
Oh, Kyrie.
I just think in listening to this conversation, especially what we're talking about here, I think what we've done or what we have not done is allowed for the whole thing to be exposed to where I keep saying young people, but the truth of the matter is everybody, to where it's clear that everybody understands that you're walking out into relationships with a lot to consider and to be and to take in and to decide if you're going to be in that relationship long term or into a marriage. It's not as simple as I'm about to climb on top of you and do whatever I do, and then we're gonna have a party and put rings on our fingers. It's way more than that.
Oh,
and the vow is what it means to be married and what it takes to be married and what you may have to deal with to be married. Those things are never considered properly. And so there's this disconnect where people aren't understanding that. And so you go, like I said, when you're in that bar, when you're in that restaurant, when you're in that whatever, you're not thinking about none of that. And so then you're getting caught completely off guard. And you're like, wait a minute, I didn't sign up to be somebody's counselor. I didn't sign up to be somebody's emotional support. I didn't sign up to be somebody's take on somebody's burden, like Ron was talking about. Or I provider, I thought we were supposed to work together and pay all these bills. You seem like you're putting all the responsibility on me. You don't understand what you've signed up for. So that makes it really, really hard.
Yeah, but then he also thinking, you know, do you really think they want relationships now?
That's a great question. I don't know.
Well, I mean, my biggest problem with us as people, and this is in the relationship and outside of the relationship, we aren't willing to give each other enough grace. We're so intolerant of one another. Without grace, you can't make a marriage work because no one's perfect. Tara asked earlier, did I ever miss that light bill again? You know, Tara, I don't think I did. But I fucked up in enough other areas. She could have left anyway, if that be the case. I'm not perfect. But we aren't willing to give each other grace. We just, you know, we got these old hard-ass lines. Listen, no matter how hard your line is, in marriage, you got to be a little flexible.
But I don't know if we know that we're supposed to give grace, though, cuz. I don't think we know we're supposed to give people, like you said, the people in your family thought your parents' marriage was perfect. They didn't know that it required grace and maybe even some mercy for them to make it through to the end. I don't know if we know.
Everybody was impressed by their success and their parties and the life that they appeared to be living. That's what everybody was. It was like trickery or whatever you call that shit. Everybody was fooled. Because it looked like they had everything.
What's your question, Tara?
Hell, we've been waiting 5 minutes. We've been waiting 5 minutes for her to type this damn question.
Just put it up. Don't be like that with her.
There's a delay. There's a delay.
That's payback. You know, we've been going back and forth about Scorpios and second Sagittarius, so it was just payback. So,
oh gosh,
would you remarry? Hell no.
Dang,
the hell I'm gonna do that shit again for?
I would say this. It would be hard to remarry again. And not because I'm not an advocate, but because I am an advocate and I know what it takes. And I know how difficult. I'm seeing now how society has shifted, and I'm seeing how difficult it would be to find something even close to what Mama Noise is.
Dude, if
so it would be hard. A lot of me says no, but that's just because I don't think I can replace her.
Listen, my answer is affirmatively, hell no.
Right.
And I'm an advocate for marriage. That's why I've been in this son of a bitch so long.
Right.
So don't tell me I'm not an advocate. I'm just not an advocate for doing it over and over and over again.
Right.
I'm saying this one, but after this was done, I'm done. The only way I can see myself getting married again, she would have to swallow.
Let me make clear. Let me be very clear about what should be happening in response to that. There we go.
Damn. It may even get to the level. What's the hell?
What the hell?
I was with you.
Oh my God!
But would I remarry?
Don't sit all the way back. It's so much discussed. Don't do that. You guys ought to know by now. These just jokes. I just be talking nowhere. These just jokes.
At this age now, there's no way in hell I would remarry at this age.
I wouldn't do it.
If I was younger, I probably would.
Maybe so. Yeah.
If I had a second chance in my 30s to do a second marriage, probably. I'm late 40s now, going in my 50s. Hell no.
Yeah, I don't even. To be honest with you, I wouldn't want to replace you. I'd probably gonna end up being a hoe.
It's gonna be the whole phase. It's gonna be a bunch of people to replace you.
Mama Noise, why you looking like that?
I'm just kidding. Let me tell you the truth, Mama Noise.
I can't find another Mama Noise. I can't find somebody that's my best friend. No, don't be like that. I'm being serious. I can't find another best friend that I can share everything with and laugh at. I can't find that. That ain't something you find under a tree.
Stop that lie. Stop kissing her ass. That's a lie you tell her.
First of all, I'm gonna continue to kiss that ass as much as I want to. That's a nice ass.
You actually can find that again. The question is whether or not you want to go through all that it takes to get there.
And if you want to find it again.
Well, no, I mean, if you find, he's saying it's a perfect situation. If you find that again, then shit, hell. But most of us don't want to put in the work to get there because it takes work. To really know something is your ride or die, it takes work, man.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. At this age,
I ain't willing to do it.
Because Twitter's saying that it's strong possibility Halle Berry will be single again. What's your?
We ain't got married to have some fun.
Marriage is an all-in thing for me, man. I have given it my all, and I've tried my best. Falling down, got back up. That song said, "We fall down, but we get up." But to marry someone else and have to learn that person have to learn my dry ass sense of humor like you guys get to learn on here. I just wouldn't want to go through all that. It's not, to me, that wouldn't be worth it. Just for another, 10 years of happiness. I'm going to be gone after the next.
Hell, I could be with you for 10 years and still be happy and never say I do.
Yeah, I don't.
Mama knows you didn't answer the question. What's your thoughts on it?
I'm sorry. I'm just still stunned by your answer.
What are you stunned by?
The whole phase?
Yeah, that's what I'm stunned at.
Mama knows you don't
Mama knows. Listen, I need you to listen to what I'm saying. I can't. What we have, it ain't worth. I don't know. I can't replace that. How do you replace that? How do you replace what we have? I wouldn't even be mad at you if you said, listen, I'll probably call somebody every now and then.
Nope.
Mama knows you rather for him to be in the whole phase than for him to be with somebody. Trust me. Because your kids ain't gonna like whoever the hell she is. So
we're different. I wouldn't be trying to be in no whole phase.
Okay, let's clean it up.
You might not want to do that.
We're gonna call it whole phase. We're gonna say you're just gonna be dating.
Nope.
And there's gonna be some sex in between.
No.
Okay, so what would you do, Mama? No, you just be selfish and that's it.
I would have, in my mind, I would be like, I have lived my life. I have been married for close to 25 years, and why do I want to? Why would
you just gonna go off in the sunset and that's it? I wouldn't want that for you.
I'm gonna support our kids and what they're trying to do with their lives, and prayerfully they get married and give me some grandbabies for me to be able to.
So Mama knows I got the perfect thing for you when you talk about them kids. Lloyd, show my name. Oh, can you bring my name up?
No, because I seen what you said.
This is perfect for the kids after everybody leave.
Nope. That's why it don't work.
Wow.
The adults, you there for your grandbabies. A man can be by himself. A man does not like to be alone.
Okay.
Listen, another reason why I wouldn't get married as a man. I mean, hell, I don't want to share that insurance money.
Man.
Wait, what?
Man, I'm not willing to share that.
I'm not putting my house back on the market just in case we divorce and you try to get my house.
Oh my God.
That's my insurance money.
Hell no.
All right, Mama. No, I'll just sit here in the room and I don't know.
No, please.
Take care of myself.
I want you to do nothing that you don't want to do.
No, I'll just take care of myself for the rest of my days.
So what is Tara's point? What is she trying to say? Is she trying to say because we don't want to get married again?
Yeah, pretty much. For me, it would be hard to want to go back through it again.
Yeah, all jokes aside, I don't know what I would do. I've never thought about it, to be honest with you.
You can change your story because her mouth will open.
No, I'm being real. I don't know what I would do. I meant what I said. I can't replace you. So I don't know what I'm supposed to do with that.
Oh, that ain't what you said. You said you was gonna be a hoe. That ain't what you said.
That is what you said.
Now you trying to change the story. Come on, man.
See,
maybe not. I don't know.
See, for me, it's always been that. I was always one and done. I'm one and done.
Yeah.
After that one time, what's in it for me to do it a second time?
Listen to me, and this is not a knock on your spouse or you, but to me, starting all over again in a marriage it's like raising a baby from infancy again. You have to put your all into raising kids in your marriage, and there's a lot of development that has to take place, and I'm just not willing to go through kindergarten again. Fuck that.
Mama Noise, would you want to start all over again? Could you start all over again?
Formula? Not at 50.
But here's the thing. Again, I can get back with somebody. I don't have to marry them. You're going to have relationships. You're going to meet somebody. They're going to talk to you. You might have a little relationship period. It might last 5 years or something like that. But that don't mean I don't have to marry.
No, that's when you get in trouble, Ron. You go to having them relationship, then you get them feelings. I'm just going to buy mine and move on.
Oh, you going to buy? Oh, no, you're doing too much. That ain't what I was talking about, Mama. He doing too much.
Chain.
He out in the streets with credit cards.
And it, like I said, like Tyra, car wreck, replace it. I mean, she's not going to be replaceable. I mean, I ain't gonna say she's replaceable. I'm gonna find an alternate, a different model, different brand, but it doesn't mean it's a replacement.
Wow.
Because it could be a generic one that you find.
I know my what my thoughts are going to get shredded. So
no, share your thoughts.
No, it ain't share your thoughts.
I don't know. Why would you say that?
Because I'm over there with a bunch of guys.
These
share your thoughts. Be transparent.
We value your opinion.
Yeah, but then you be the first one talking about it's a bunch of.
Sometimes you go off in them weeds, but we go there with you. It's okay.
Come on now. Why you gotta take the glass off? So
I'm just saying. I just feel like it would be. I would
exactly, Sean. Sean been just as married as long as we have.
Right. I just think that I would reflect on all the years that I've been married to the one I love. I don't feel like it's a burden to be married. I don't feel like it's I just feel like that it would be something that I would cherish and be a single, however, the situation I end up being single. But I mean, I would just, like I said, try to help my daughters.
You wouldn't even entertain the opposite. No other dude could even try.
No. Why?
Because you're a beautiful woman.
I've already had the best.
Well, thank you.
Mama, don't go with that old bullshit.
See what I'm saying? There it is. I know it.
That bullshit out. There's always somebody out there better. There's always somebody out there just as good as.
I don't need to.
My wife could find a man just as good as me. Now, I'd be a fool to believe that I'm the best out there. No, come on now. The question is whether or not you want to build.
I've been building for 23 years.
Well, I don't want to start over. Somebody came in here and tore up my house and I got to start all over? Oh, no.
Tore up your house?
That's what happens.
Well,
when
let me
you
say
marry
this.
again,
I hope I
you
never
gotta
have to deal with that situation.
Yeah.
do what?
I hope I never have to deal with that situation.
So you want to go?
I hope y'all don't, man. I hope y'all don't.
So you want to go first?
Do I want to go first?
What the what?
You say you hope you don't have to deal with it. We're talking life now.
We are.
I hope none of y'all ever have to deal with it. I hope none of y'all.
I don't know what's
Thank you, Kyrie, because just because Jay is enamored with cemeteries and stuff, he just want to talk.
Nobody gonna have to deal with it when folks die. What y'all talking about?
Yeah, but you be, trying to find out the best plot and the whole.
We going at the same time. I'm gonna make sure we go at the same goddamn time.
Oh,
coming at the same time in sex is cool, but not necessarily in death.
Oh
my God. We're going same time, man. Same time.
Hilarious. Well,
I'm glad you finally shared Mama Noise.
Well, I knew that Jay was gonna shoot it down, so that's why
No, I think. Well, I understand exactly what you're saying. I think I said the same thing. I just said it differently at the
I
end.
didn't shoot it down, Mama Noise. I'm riding with you. Don't
No,
listen.
you didn't. You just said it was BS.
Well, I think it's BS to. I mean, we tell ourselves stories sometimes. They're not necessarily true. We do, Mama Noise.
Tell yourself stories.
Anybody that believes their spouse is the only one, the best that could have ever been for them, you're using tunnel vision. You're not telling the whole truth.
Wow.
There are billions of people on this planet.
Billions.
And you believe that one was the only one that could have been.
I believe with my whole heart that God sent Lloyd Spence to me. I don't doubt that at all.
I think it has something to do with that.
Nope.
No mind.
You know exactly where he was.
It did.
Because if you didn't have that,
I am blessed and highly favored.
and that was more your mama than the law.
No.
Damn.
The Lord had nothing to do with that at all.
The Lord had everything to do with it.
He had everything to do with it. I ain't gonna let neither one of y'all try to take that from me.
You saying mom and daddy had nothing to do with them jeans?
I'm saying you didn't get your hips from your mama.
My what?
You didn't get your hips from your mama.
My hips.
Your thighs. Mama knows you like I'm saying something wrong. This is.
I'm saying because listen, I'm telling you, it was God that got us together because it could have ended up being like the stuff y'all keep talking about. It could have been some us just getting together and then him moving on to somebody else. It's always like you said. There's plenty of people he could have chose to be with. He didn't have to choose to be with me. He didn't have to ask me to marry him. He was he's a guy who plays the piano. He was playing. He was singing. He was preaching and all that stuff. All them old ladies was running after him.
Wait.
Mom knows you. Why the old ladies? Why the old ladies? There was a couple young ones in there at least.
Yeah.
Young girls, older chicks. They was all after.
I don't think it was all.
They was all after Minister Lloyd. They was all listen.
But Mom knows you know you actually chose him. He didn't choose you.
Huh?
You actually chose him. He didn't choose you.
I'm waiting for you to clarify.
No, it's just a clarification. You chose him. He didn't choose you.
I don't know what you mean by that. Because we were friends.
Mm-hmm.
He's my friend. I wasn't sitting there going, how can I get with my friend? We was friends, sitting around talking and stuff all the time. Yes, Jay.
I want to ask Tara's question because I don't think we're going to get nowhere with this conversation we have right now.
I don't want to talk to you.
Mr. Noise, did you put up on the screen? Did you put up on the screen, Tara?
I can.
Which question are you trying to answer?
That last one. So it depends on the age, Tara. And it also depends on if in your heart you feel that you still have something to offer. whenever I finish this marriage here by death do us part, I have nothing else to give. I'm done. So
We'll
just on your age.
Make it easy for you, Tyra. 65 and up, I am a sugar daddy.
55 and up, I'm gonna buy it.
What's going on right now? You know, Mama Noise, I wholeheartedly respect my last statement. I'm just gonna go be a monk. Somebody got to do this, do it quite somewhat right. Jesus, sugar daddies and
if you're gonna be a monk, you're gonna be always raising your skirt.
What?
Oh my gosh!
What are you talking about?
You're gonna have a strong right arm. I know it much.
Oh my god!
I probably will. I'll be.
That's what I'm talking about.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Taking matters into your own hand.
Don't feel like you're cheating on yourself with the left hand. I mean,
listen, we'll work that out in therapy.
So you can't be canceling too damn long, shit.
Hey, y'all need to get along. No.
Come on back, Mama Noise. I won't be a sugar daddy at 65. I'll wait till I turn 70. Come on.
You know, Tara, I also agree with that statement about folks living to be 100 years old. I knew a lady that was married 30 years. They had a very successful marriage, did well together in life, financially, good marriage. He up and died.
Yeah.
That woman lived another 40 years after that man died. And she never remarried. She felt like she had already had what she wanted. I believe also she didn't want nobody to come get that money. But I mean, that's neither here nor there.
And we're not telling people not to remarry. Just I don't want people to think we're saying don't get remarried. If you feel that you want to get remarried and it's your time to do it again,
right.
Hey, do it. Please do it.
You got something to offer somebody, then do it.
I'm just saying I ain't got shit to offer after this one.
I'm done.
I really don't think I can. It'd be hard, man. Go to the next one.
When I retire from my job, I'm retired. When I retire from my marriage, I'm retired.
Yeah. I'll probably hold a press conference like, yeah, man, I had a good run. But we've much like Boys to Men, we've come to the end of the road. And
so you have a press conference and let the world know you're single.
I mean, I remember.
I'm off the market. I'm off the market completely.
Maybe I should take some.
And lick your lips like that, they gonna say you're lying.
Lick my lips. The only person noticed you got lick my lips was you. So that means you want something. I'll talk to you after the show.
Anyway. Sugar Daddy Ron.
Oh, I'm gonna have something to offer. I ain't got no worry about that.
She said you better have something.
Oh my.
I'll play that game. You need your light bill paid this month? Come on through. You need car note paid this month? Come on.
That's the bottom line. You
you gonna trade places and be the new Willie Earl?
That's the bottom line. You paying for it at that point.
Well, you done already said
sugar daddy and a pimp ain't much difference.
I mean, you know.
I'm just gonna buy it.
You done already said
thing. You just approaching it from two different directions.
He done already said he pulling out his debit card.
This is a transaction.
I get something, you get something.
Oh my God.
I go home, you go home. We ain't going to the same spot.
Oh, that's right. So all that money you said you don't want to give up, you end up giving it up anyway.
I mean, I would have to come across
it's charity, Mama Noise. It's charity. I'm spreading it around.
No charity.
I mean, I would have to come across one of them girls like I did when I was over there in Germany.
Oh my gosh. Zaria, mute and moderate. He started bringing up Germany.
Oh my.
I mean, all my bills will be paid. My house will be paid off. Car notes are paid off.
Oh
my vacations.
Oh.
I mean, what's love?
Oh my goodness, this has been a wild conversation tonight, boy. I'm telling you.
I'm not gonna even say what I was gonna say because Mama No other told the baby to mute moderate because
I mean,
moderate
because I brought up Germany, so I'm just gonna leave it alone.
Just tell her what you did back in just say what you did back in Jackson. Jackson damn near like you did in Germany.
And women back there in Germany, they lick you from the rooty to the tube.
Yeah, they do that in 2022 now.
I don't think I needed to know that. And see that's how to get that monkeypox. So you can keep on messing around if you want to.
The monkeypox. Oh Lord.
I don't disagree.
Oh my God.
I don't
want that monkeypox.
I don't disagree, Mama knows. Some areas ain't to be explored.
IMFA.
I don't know what IMFA is. What is IMFA?
I know what Sweaty Titty Money is.
Yeah.
IMFA.
I don't know IMFA.
Yeah, she got to explain IMFA.
Yeah.
You can't make up a new saying on the show and not be on the show and tell what the saying is.
Wow.
Well, I said TOP a long time ago, and y'all needed the clarification.
Well, I just forgot the context. It's been a while.
Titties on the plate.
Oh, insurance money for.
Oh, gotcha. I got you.
Insurance money for your yes.
We got sayings. Sayings just be popping up.
Hey, that might be a shirt. It might be a shirt.
By the way, Star, we're gonna give you credit for that one. So when we start selling the shirts, we'll make sure you get a percentage.
We're gonna put it on our back.
We ain't just gonna take that from you like that. Yeah, we ain't just take that from you like that. It's not
right. I'm telling you what part of Germany that is.
I was stationed in Berlin.
You know what, this individual.
What did I say wrong? I said where I was stationed. He said, what part of Germany?
Yeah, before you said that, I said, Anthony Bruce, we ain't telling you that because you married to my friend. You gonna talk about, well, I was stationed over it.
Because doesn't Berlin have a red light district like Amsterdam?
Of course it does.
They got them hoes out there now. I don't know if it ain't called red light, but no, that's Frankfurt. That's Frankfurt you thinking about.
Okay. I know it's one of them crazy ass places.
They got down there on Kufusterdam. They got them hoes out there.
I don't know nothing about this, Mama Noise. I don't know nothing about this.
This escalated quickly. I wasn't prepared for it at all.
What part of Germany were you in? My lovely bride was also stationed in Germany. I just didn't know her then. I'm thankful I didn't. Wouldn't have had nearly as much fun as I did.
Maybe she had fun.
Oh, she did. Mama, know what she did.
Oh my!
I ain't got to hate on her for having fun. I had fun in Germany.
We want you with experience, Mama Noise. Stretch marks. Show those battle wounds.
What part of Germany, Anthony Bruce? Were you in the ARM1 too?
Are you looking at the same question over and over again? What is happening?
He's having a full-on conversation.
I'm just saying.
and anybody answering.
Is Andy Bruce texting a different chat or something?
I mean, is it a personal?
I don't know, but he's having a full-on conversation with him, and
you guys shouldn't be like that.
And seriously sitting here waiting on the answer. Like,
I want to know what part of Germany my brother was in.
He's not.
He wasn't in the army.
Oh, okay, that's what I was.
He's your black brother, but he ain't your army brother.
Yeah,
black brother.
Right, he's your black brother.
They have blacks in the army.
Oh my gosh, what is happening?
He said he asked for educational purposes.
We're on the merry-go-round.
Oh, okay. I just want to know. I thought he might have been.
He black, I'm black. We're all black. It's black.
Lord help us. Listen, let's do this real quick. Tomorrow, Black Friday, we got a lot of issues to talk about. A lot of stuff to talk about. Some craziness. Do not miss the show. It's gonna be good. And then we selling some things. I'm telling you, we selling some things this weekend. This or that is gonna be one of them final type moments where we're not gonna keep having these conversations with you Negroes. It's gonna be big big, gigantic energy like this all night long. So just get ready for it. All right. So there it is. Any final comments from anybody?
Listen, I enjoyed this show. I just love to see Mama Noah's facial expressions, and especially when she sits back in the chair and takes her glasses off and throw them. I mean, I just love the reaction. Lets us know these jokes are working.
Oh gosh.
Well, Mama Noise, let me just tell you, ain't nobody ever gonna take your place, boo. Ever.
Nigga, oh, you worse than Keith Sweat. Oh,
man.
Hey, Keith Sweat gets the draws, and so do I.
Oh, big ass nigga.
That's right.
Keith Sweat is single.
That's right. I'm a beg. I ain't too proud to beg. Hey, if I need it in the morning or the middle of the night.
And you wonder why Keith Sweat's still single, Mama Noise. He learned a long time ago, and they ain't doing that shit again.
Was he ever married?
Yeah.
That probably hurt his record sale, wouldn't it? Because he was a sex symbol, wasn't he?
Was he a sex symbol? I don't remember that.
No, I thought he was kind of sort
of. I mean, we loved his music. I don't remember going, oh, he fine. I don't remember that.
I think it helped his sales because he can sing about his pain, so it helped his sales go up.
What? No.
Everybody like that comeback story that he trying to do it for the 9-9.
Who Keith Sweat?
Yeah.
Does he realize it's 2022? Because if he's still doing it for the 9-9, we got real problems.
Oh God!
Listen, if Michael Jackson had gotten married,
you ain't seen them sales heavy.
Michael Jackson did get married.
Listen, if Michael had gotten, I'm talking about before he changed his color. If Michael Jackson had gotten back on Off the Wall, that would have affected his fan base to a degree because them white girls was.
Yeah, they love some Michael now.
I love some Michael, man. They be running and throwing panties and screaming and falling out.
Oh.
If he was
so you assuming Michael would have married a black woman?
I mean,
he married Elvis Presley's daughter.
She ain't black.
That's my point.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think he ever would have married a black woman.
When he did marry, you saw what he married.
I think Michael never got a chance to sleep with Diana. And because he never got a chance to sleep with Diana like he wanted to, and Liz Taylor got to him first.
You think he's screwing Liz Taylor?
Yeah.
No, I'm way too old for him.
I think he was with Diana Ross. That's why he came out with Dirty Diana.
He wanted to be with Diana.
No,
he wanted to be with Diana.
I think Dirty Diana might have been dirty.
Diana scared his ass off. Michael wasn't ready for that. Mike wasn't ready for that. That was too much.
Screw anybody. It would have been Jackie. It wouldn't have been Michael's young ass.
No. She wanted, but Michael wanted her. That's why he run out on the stage with her and say, "Reach out and touch."
Nope.
Somebody.
That was his performances. Michael was too young. Jackie was closer to her.
Nobody want Jackie.
Jackie was getting plenty play. What you talking about, Mama?
Nobody was the backup nigga.
The backup.
Listen, this is a woman speaking. Wasn't nobody checking for Jackie?
Man, plenty of them guys were getting played.
That's like saying somebody wanted to sleep with the boys. They didn't want the boys. They wanted Heavy D.
Mama knows you don't remember the Jackson 5 very well. Them boys,
I do remember the Jackson 5.
They were getting played, all of them.
Yeah, but they was getting Michael's leftovers.
Yeah, okay. You said you don't know nothing about
well, Michael really didn't have any leftovers.
Hold on.
He was too young.
You didn't
That's
hear
my point. Them girls knew they couldn't do nothing with Michael, so they had no choice but to be with the rest of the boys.
Oh well.
Lloyd, you remember the song where Mace is playing with the girls on the phone, and she said, he said, "I just said that to make you mad." She said, "I only got with you because Puffy wasn't at the club that night. I bet that make you real mad." Like, please, they'll get to whoever they can get closest to because you can't get the one they want.
But Mama, no, just make sure you understand. Niggas don't get mad when that happens.
Y'all must don't remember the Jacksons.
Let me tell you, matter of fact, I have a quote from one of the conversations with the Jackson brothers when the girls tried to get with Michael. And they was like, hey, there, girl, you know how this works. If you're trying to get to Michael, you got to do me first. Come on now.
And that's why them niggas didn't care.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, we gotta get out of here. Y'all come back tomorrow. We'll finish with the hilarities tomorrow because we're hilarious. We're a funny show, and we make good points and all that. And plus, cuss the Mexicans out today, so that was terrible.
God damn, that was racist.
Both of us was racist. I was racist, and so was Cuz. We'll talk to y'all tomorrow.